What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Beats and Bullshit. Be sure to check us out on our email address. That is beatsandbull@gmail.com. Check us out also on our social media. We are on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. All the handles are Beats and Bull. So with the Twitter handle, it's now switched to Beats and Bull. So Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube is Beats and Bull. And check us out on our emails. Send us questions, send us suggestions of what you'd like to hear on this show. Once again, my name is Akeem, and I'm with my co-host Eric here.
What up, though?
Hey. So we're here for another week. Want to give you guys, some good geek shit going on. A lot of stuff has happened actually within the last 3 to 4 days. We got done recording over the weekend, and then just all this stuff, start popping through.
I woke up and stuff was just coming through on the timeline. I mean, even after we got the show put together, there was still stuff coming through. I'm like, damn, this is a very active week.
Yeah, it has been. But yeah, what's been going on with you though, Eric, since, last time we hung out?
I went to the H.E.R concert at the Royal Oak Music Theater in Royal Oak, Michigan. It was H.E.R, pun intended. Also, I didn't realize that because it was a smaller venue or whatever, I didn't realize that she would have opening acts. So La Brittany from Love and Hip Hop, well, she's from here. She's from Detroit, Michigan, but she's also on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and that was where I first discovered her. So when they said, coming to the stage, La Brittany, I'm like, did they say La Brittany? And turns out that's who it was. And honestly, she didn't do a bad job. And actually had crowd participation and them singing along with her song.
Oh, okay.
It was very surprising. Like, oh, y'all fuck with her. So, like, yeah, I mean, it was, she did the whole drop out and you sing, and they was right there with it. So I mean, she made it. She made me want to go check out her stuff to see if she's really legit.
Okay.
So.
Now remind me, she's from here?
Yeah, she's from Detroit.
Okay.
And she, like I say, the first time I seen her was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. She was on the last season. She was introduced on the last season with Ray J and with all of them. So I mean, and to be honest, she didn't really have one of those real ratchet roles, or ratchet storylines, She got into a little bit of drama or whatever. She was friends with there's a guy on there, he's a rapper, but he's also, I think he's gay, but he dresses up in drag and performs. His name is Jay Will, but he dresses up in drag and perform as Candy, and also performs as Jay Will, the regular rapper.
Okay, gender fluid, yes.
Yeah, and to be honest, he's good at both. But like his storyline was, they wanted him to perform at Pride as Candy, but he wanted to showcase Jay Will, and La Brittany ended up getting the part and he didn't, and that was like the most drama that she was in.
So they gave her like a pretty safe.
Yeah, and then like I said, it was her first. She was just introduced, so I'm glad she didn't get on there and represent the D like, I'm here, I'm ratchet, what I'm saying, like. So it was cool, but like I say, seeing her at the concert, it was cool. Tone Stiff, he was there.
Okay.
That was my first time hearing about him. He was good. After I saw him that night, I went and I checked out. Actually, today I checked out his music on Tidal, whatever. And I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, but he sounds better live. Like, I mean, it wasn't that the music was bad. but it was okay. It's a bop, but nothing stood out. You know, nothing. It wasn't like a major single that I felt. There was a couple songs that okay, cool. I put this on my little playlist or whatever. But
did you think like his voice was just overproduced on the stuff? Do you think maybe it's just not enough emotion? Maybe. You know how some people nowadays, when they do sing, you know, they don't have like, you know, like how we was talking about last week with Queen Naija and Lil Mo, but even still with Lil Mo, like she is right. A lot of these singers nowadays don't have heart. So,
well, what I think it was, I think he was underproduced, and I'm speaking more so towards the music production.
Okay.
It sound like they gave him a bunch of R&B beats like from the late 90s that was going out of style because the new style was coming in, and it seems like he found a bunch of those beats and put some. He can sing. He can sing, and he's good with a falsetto. He's real good with it.
Oh yes,
he can blow. But when I listened to the album, it just seemed like some old beats that didn't quite make the transition, and you know, the production was off to me. That's what it was to me. Like we was talking about earlier, it all sound better. You know, if you go hear something live, the music is going to sound better live.
Exactly.
You know, so and then him singing live put on a good show. The only thing about his live show was his dance moves was real like Usher in the beginning. Ooh, like
baby Usher.
I'ma keep it right here and move my arms and legs and quick spin and you know, like no real
like your young Chris Brown, young Sammy Usher kind of boys.
Yeah, before they got into them,
right?
And, yeah, you know, let go and you know. But overall, I liked his performance. He was good. And then what's the Bree?
Yeah, Bree Stevens. I know she was also on the lineup for the show.
She goes by Bree Stees.
Bree Stees.
Yeah, because she spelled out her social media and everything, and she was good. She could spit, and she came out as a rapper. Well, let me say what I gotta say first, then you can say what you gotta say. She came out as it seemed like just a rapper, you know, her swag, everything said rapper, so she was spitting and it was cool, and then she belted a couple notes on the hook. I'm like, oh, okay, so she can sing a little bit. But she did a good 6 songs or so. And maybe 2 of them had like original hooks, no samples, no nothing. Everything else was a blast from the past. And there was a couple songs that came on, and you know, the beat come on, and she starts spitting. I'm like, okay, this is dope, you know. And then the hook come on, and it's don't listen to what people say. I'm like, come on, man, can I get one original song? You know, that when she went off the stage, that was what I was left with. Like, I need to hear some original content from you, you know, before I can decide whether you dope or not. I could tell she could spit, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing too impressive, but you know, it wasn't trash either, so, you know. How did you feel about her, Miss Steez Cole?
I guess it's kind of the same feel I had for it. Not that close enough. Like, she came out, she had great energy. She can obviously rap. She had her look together. Came out in some yellow mini skirt. Her hair was like done up and all kinds of shit.
That wasn't a mini skirt. That was just a long ass shirt.
Well, it was giving mini skirt from my distance. I wasn't quite focusing hard enough, I guess. And she was, you know, dropping it down and bringing it back up and, you know, bending the snapping for us.
Come on.
But then she, of course, like you said, she showed some levels. She started singing. I was like, oh, she actually got a voice on her. All right. Then first song was all right. It was cool. I could fuck with it a little bit. Had a nice hook. Got the girls into it. Then she started doing her R&B stuff. And the next song, I mean, clearly started off as Donnell Jones.
Yeah, she did a whole Donnell Jones rendition.
Oh.
Wait, no, she was trying to be slick about it though. Like it started off, you could hear it, but it was kind of like it was chopped and screwed. So
it wasn't Where I Wanna Be, was it?
Yes.
Oh no, that's one of my favorite songs.
And she had completely different lyrics on top of it, but I sat there and sung the entire song to it.
Oh my god!
Every piece of that song lined up to it, and then she got to that point where she sang part of those lyrics from the actual song, and it lined completely up. So basically, she took the original song, flipped the music slightly so it sounds a little bit different, where you wouldn't quite catch it with the algorithm, but it's still played off the same way as the song would.
And then after that did another Donnell Jones song. I forget which one that was.
Donnell Jones was actually white boy.
John B. But no, she actually did 2 Donnell Jones songs, because I was like, damn, you just gonna take his whole catalog, huh?
Did she do Say What?
No, it wasn't that one.
I don't know, but
I had to check. Maybe I got some video of it. I have to check my phone.
It's like she had 3 songs. First song was mostly hers. Kind of short though. Second song was just like, I got some original lyrics and I'm gonna steal somebody's hook. And then from then on, it was just like she was doing some kind of DJ selection. Like she did like every damn hit song from the fucking 90s.
Yeah, she was like, oh, I see y'all like that one. Give me this one. Like, okay.
Is she rapper, singer, or DJ?
She wearing all hats. She can wear everything and more.
She was doing it.
7, 8 songs that were just like one verse of the 90s hits from when I was in school.
She did Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
I was like, I turned to Chris and said, I was like, shit, Lauryn Hill just got a text notification that she got some money deposited into her account.
Cut the check.
I'm like, I was not trying to get paid off this set because she's paying all royalties.
Right.
Okay.
I don't understand how they getting paid nowadays if they paying out all their money in royalties and samples and shit.
I mean, she obviously got talent, but it's just like she didn't have enough content to be opening for as long as she was.
That's a very good assessment right there. And she was third. Right. Like she went on right before her. Like I would have thought Tone Stiff went on would have went on
considering
before.
the amount of time she had versus content, Britney should have came out in her spot.
Yeah.
Because her set was just as long as what she had original content for.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then of course her being from Detroit, she had that classic Detroit sound. What was it? I'm getting money now. Something I forget, but it literally sounded like cash rules everything around me. See, just another day in Detroit City. Remember how back in the day everything coming from Detroit sounded like that?
We have a very interesting sound.
Yeah, and that single that everybody knew sound like that.
Yeah,
but it was a good look for it though. So. But yeah, after Bree Steve's H.E.R came out. That sounds so improper. Yeah, H.E.R came out.
Like we should have like a disclaimer for grammar.
Right. Right. Don't get in the comments and kill me about grammar. We're talking about the artist H.E.R.
Don't come from
everything revealed.
But she came out and honestly she blew me away.
Yeah.
I was surprised by her lyrical talent. Not lyrical. We already heard her lyrical talent, but the fact that she could actually sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sounds just like
the record,
if not better.
The revelation for me is that she's actually a musician.
Yes.
She gave me Prince all night. And it was a lot of the lighting, you know how it was shining down in the smoke and everything. But she went from I don't know the different guitars. She picked up a bass,
she picked up
the drums. She was playing everything. I'm like, oh, she just Prince with it, and she put on a performance.
That's good. Yeah,
and it was only thing, main thing. It was standing room only. So the whole night we were standing up, and I tried to be cute and put on some little dress shoes.
Trying to look good.
I wasn't trying to.
You know your feet was hurting.
I literally had to go to the bathroom and wipe the toilet off and sit down for a minute.
Like I need to breathe.
Right.
I can't deal with this.
Right.
I've learned on concerts, unless it's legit a place I can sit, I don't get all done up.
I didn't know it was standing room only.
Oh, really?
I didn't know.
You was at the Royal Oak Music Theater, though?
That was my first time
He's
going.
never done small venues.
I've never done all. I go to
Mr.
big
Anderson
concerts.
does it
Yeah.
I get someone who can do both, because like literally like I've been to small and big, like with honestly St. Andrews, Royal Oak Music Theater, L Club, and all those places. You want to make sure you just get yourself some good Timbs or some good shoes and call it a day.
No, not Tim's.
No, I can't do boots in that. No.
Well, see,
That's trying to be cute.
Other boots. See, I used to work at Foot Locker, so I had to study these shoes. And people, Tim's are a fashion statement. So people will come in and buy, I need some work boots. So then let me get some Timberland. You don't want to work in these. They're very flat. They have no support. Right. They are literally just for show. They're not even good snow. I mean, now not the popular ones, like the other one, the low cut checker ones, and all that. Those are actually made for stuff like that. But the ones that everybody wear, the 6 inch. I forget what it's called now because I stopped buying Timberlands a long time ago. But those are not made for walking, working, none of that shit, because your feet will be hollering. And I tried one day when I was working at Foot Locker. I tried to work in some damn Timberlands, and never again.
Never really.
Never.
Well, that's good though. I'm glad that you guys have fun at the concert. My friend actually went to see her. I think a couple months back when she came before in Detroit, and he saw her and was amazed by just by the fact I think that's the big thing with her. She's definitely one of 21. Yes, she's probably one of the last few like true R&B artists who's been out now for like the last couple of years, who's done a great impression. She won Album of the Year for Soul Train Awards 2018, and with her EP, we talked about that last week. Being great feat. I really do see her getting nominated a lot. The Grammy nominations was supposed to come out this today. Well, yesterday on Tuesday, but as y'all know, George W. Bush's funeral occurred, so that was today. So basically, they pushed it back a week. So they'll be doing the nominations next week. I would not be surprised if I see her being nominated this year. Just with everything.
I would be. I'll be mad if she's not.
Yeah, I
but that's the thing. Somebody get snubbed or not looked over. Like every year, somebody is getting left out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully it won't be her, because she definitely deserves it. But I don't know.
Is she on any of the mainstream wave at all?
So I know. Well, she won't be on the mainstream, but of course the Grammy still got like the R&B categories.
Chance won a Grammy, so that's out the window now. You don't have to
push though. Chance was
I take that back, because I do know also with her. The other thing I think about her and LMA and SZA, especially in the mainstream.
Oh, I think it might be LMA that gets snubbed.
She might, honestly. It's kind of like my R&B is coming back into the mainstream in some way. Definitely when Boot Up became a very big summer hit this past year, and that was an R&B song that hasn't been on top 10 or top 5, let alone in mainstream culture in many years.
If that counts, because the European R&B artists actually do get some kind of push.
They do, yeah. Yes.
The ones here do not. And what was the one artist you just mentioned?
LMA.
Not LMA. It was Chance. Chance was underground forever, but he got a push by being on a mainstream project. Same with The Weeknd.
But see,
as far as I know,
even yes, that's true. But he's still.
I don't know if she's done any features.
Right,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if she has any features to be on anybody else's.
I think her music would stand though. I think that's the other thing. Just looking with the growth and how big.
Great. I'm just like, does she have the audience for the Grammys and their elitism?
Who, her?
The Grammy and their elitism, because it's not the same as the AMAs or anything like that.
No, that's different. That is true.
Old school, old ass white dudes that are controlling what is featured on the Grammys.
That is true. I think especially with last year with the president Nigel and the comment he made about women artists and women performers and saying that we need more when that is completely false. There are so many women, so many female artists, creators, producers, engineers. They're not getting their shine. There's so many people who...
It's a saturated market.
It is such a saturated market.
Is oversaturated.
It is oversaturated, and that's the sad part about it. And hopefully there are changes. I know
But peep the catch-22. Everything is oversaturated, but only a select bunch or few get pushed to the mainstream.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, people always say, oh, there's no good R&B, there's no good rap, there's no that. You just gotta search for it.
You gotta do it. And people don't want to do that anymore.
That's the problem. People are too this industry, the society, everything is too lazy nowadays. Everything is too instant. They want it all now. They want it right in front of me. I just want to click it now. I don't want to go search. I want to go research. I want to do none of that shit. I want to know who's who, and I want you to put it in front of me for me. You know, it's only a select bunch of people who actually still enjoy going out, you know what I'm saying, or going out to look for, or, you know, hunting down good music.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. But yeah, I mean, definitely that's one that's definitely going to get some sort of recognition. I just do hope that she does get the recognition when they do the nominations. So we got a very big list today, guys. So we're just gonna get right into it with geek shit. First thing is going to be the Captain Marvel trailer. So that is the first thing definitely want to talk about. So the teaser trailer came out a couple of weeks back, and the new trailer was announced and premiered on Monday during Monday Night Football. So basically this right here is kind of a more expansive view of what's going on with the film. You're seeing a little bit more of action scenes with Captain Marvel being played by Brie Larson. It's a very sick movie. I'm very excited to see this. It looks very great. It's really, really nice. I think, first of all, for people who don't know, Captain Marvel, you know, it's an intergalactic hero, which is kind of not the first of its kind, but for the MCU universe, in a sense, this is the first one that's really getting its first, like, big movie. And also, if you guys are familiar with Avengers 3, at the end of the scene when Nick Fury, you know, pressed the button, you saw, it's the beacon, you saw Captain Marvel's logo.
On that old-ass 1989 pager he had.
Now, the gag is, this is actually, now what the gag is, being with Captain Marvel coming out, bless you, with Captain Marvel coming out is actually going to be set in the 90s, which, for the MCU universe and for Marvel Studios, this is the very first time they've done this time era. They've always done stuff, you know, back in the 30s and 40s. More recently, the 80s with, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy, but they've never done the 90s. So this is going to be pretty nice. I think that's definitely gonna tie in with people who probably aren't familiar with MCU, because it's based in the 90s. You're gonna understand the pop references, especially if you grew up or lived through that decade. So it's gonna be pretty nice. And there's other, you know, movies coming on along with that, but basically Captain Marvel would be, you know, the first movie that's starting off 2019. And Kevin Feige has also just kind of mentioned the importance with Captain Marvel being in the movie. He states with EW, saying she is more powerful than any character we've introduced thus far. So that alone tells you there's a reason Nick had hit the button at the end of Infinity War when he realized that they were up against something far bigger than they had ever been up against before. And having her on your side is hopefully going to change the balance of power in a way that they desperately need.
Cole, what did you think of the trailer?
Oh God! Why y'all gotta put me on the spot?
Because I see you over there busting.
I saw fingers. I was like,
just give it to me.
All right, fanboy, chime me in. First things first. She is definitely not the most powerful of the characters that's been introduced. Honestly,
okay. Who's more powerful?
I think so too.
Thor would be.
No, Thor is. I believe that too. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And here's the thing. I'm excited to see this because I don't know Captain Marvel, but just like seeing what people have said about her and seeing kind of a little bit about it, I'm interested. Okay. Didn't learn more about her, but Thor had always been my guy. Like, oh my God, like he's like a god. Let's be real. Like, yeah, intergalactic god. Like,
alien, but okay. But enough of me swinging my fanboy wang. As far as
oh man,
as far as the trailer goes, I think the trailer was visually pretty fucking solid. Sorry, talking loud. The trailer was pretty fucking solid. It gave you parts of the story. It gave you part of her backstory. It showed Flash. We got to see her in costume. We saw the costume morphic upon her body. We saw her flying out, shooting laser beam. We saw her being the boss. We got hints of the story. We got hints of the side characters that were going to be involved. All those kind of things. We got introduced to the Skrull. We got some clarification about her beating up old women.
Ayo.
But upon all that bling and glamour, I could not lose the fact that Brie Larson's performance of Carol Danvers left me flat. There's something about her portrayal of that.
Carol Danvers is Captain
Carol
Marvel.
Danvers is Captain Marvel's civilian identity.
Okay. But you haven't seen the movie yet.
I'm a fanboy. I read the comics.
But you say
the
her
comic universe of Marvel is my favorite.
I get
Marvel.
I get
so
that,
I'm
but you're saying her
really
performance of her left you flat. The movie hasn't come out yet. You haven't seen the performance.
The things I've seen of her portraying the character within the trailer gave me nothing.
So you know what I've learned?
The person that she's given me just came off as cardboard. There was nothing about her character that made me interested in her. I got joy from seeing the action sequences, but as far as her as an actual character that would endear me to care much more about her, she gave me nothing. So that's the only problem I have with it. Everything else seems stellar.
Well, I think that you should wait or reserve. Put that on the floor. I think you should wait to see the movie to make that assessment. Now, because I've learned.
No, I'm just going on the trailer. Like
I know that's what I'm getting ready to speak to. I've learned you can't judge a movie by the trailer. And I've done that on a few different occasions, and maybe once, maybe twice I might have been right. Like from the trailer, I ain't gonna like this, or from the trailer they showed all of the action, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. And what really taught me that was Black Panther. And you know how many trailers Black Panther had? Damn near every week until that movie came out, we had a new trailer. And I'm like, wait, like all these damn trailers, and every trailer was something new. So I'm like, y'all showing the whole movie. Like, it ain't gonna be nothing left. But when we went to go see that movie, it was tons left.
Yes.
You know, so I think you should kind of wait but I get it. You a fanboy.
No, you're not even hearing me though. I said that it was all great. It was just this one thing that was like.
Yeah, you said her performance of old girl left you flat. And I'm like, you haven't seen the whole performance.
No dimension to her character whatsoever as far as what she's showing me in the trailer. Like,
okay,
it's just like I'm like this. I'm stoic.
It'll be interesting to see if that's how it is for the whole movie. So if that's how it is for the whole movie, you'll get a okay.
You tell me, am I wrong?
Huh? Here's the thing. This is coming from someone who has not watched, who have not really, like I said, read the comics. I'm excited to see
I didn't read comics either.
I didn't even say that as me reading the comics. It was
just in the trailer
as the character.
I will say this.
But to make that assessment of what you're saying, you would have to have read the comics.
No, you don't. No, you don't really.
Like, there's nothing there for me to like. The grasp upon.
Yes. No, you're right. You're right.
Because these Marvel movies are completely their own things from the books. But as far as her as an actress and giving me something that's gonna like bring me in and like make me want to know about her character, she gave me nothing.
Right, and I think that's what I was trying to say. Was in a sense of like with Carol and Brie, who's playing Captain Marvel. I don't know her history. I don't know what she did before. Mm-hmm. The other thing about it is, I'm like Eric. I don't really trust trailers until the actual movie comes out and make my opinion.
I'm gonna go. fanboys.
I would say when I saw the second trailer,
go to the damn movie because you can't help yourself.
The second trailer, I would say though, I was just very happy about the action scene.
The second trailer was that's what I loved about the second trailer.
Everything about the trailer, other than her acting, was amazing.
When they showed her going ham and flying and shooting, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm here for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the first trailer made it seem like the movie was going to be like this long, boring ass origin story. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I say you can't really go off, because that was the first impression that I got when I saw that first trailer. Like, all right, I get it. They're introducing this character. It's gonna be an origin story. It don't look like it's gonna have a whole lot of. They was pushing set back in the day or whatever. So I'm like, okay, they're softening me up for an origin movie that's not gonna have a whole lot of action. But the second trailer said the complete opposite. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wait to see what's going on with it.
Not to burst your bubble on that. Deciphering the trailer from what I've seen, putting all the visuals together in spots, seems like all the action is gonna be on the tail end of the movie.
Well, no, putting the first trailer and that trailer together, because she has to learn. She discovers she got these powers. Mm-hmm. Then it seems like she's gonna learn where she got these powers from. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a process. So yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, there's progression, especially.
Two different time periods.
Yeah,
I can see.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah, so that's definitely true, and that's definitely going to be, like I said, one point in the movie that's going to be really nice to see. So with that in mind, Captain Marvel, it comes out March 8th. Mark your calendars. With that in mind, the two other Marvel films that will be coming out later that year is Avengers 4 on May 3rd. And then also Spider-Man the sequel, Far From Home, will be out July 5th.
Damn, they ain't bullshit.
So yes, they definitely got the summer locked. And basically, like I said, this is gonna be another pretty good year with Marvel.
These release dates are important, so they're gonna put their damn stuff.
Well, I'm speaking to Captain Marvel coming out in May 8th, and then bam. I mean, on March 8th, and then bam, Avengers 4 right in May, right?
Exactly.
I think they're supposed to slot for 6 movies a year.
Oh no, that shit! Have you ever seen the list?
No,
like they be having like 2-3 years in advance planned. Like they be on their shit with that.
Those dates are important. They need to make their money. So
and it's amazing. It's amazing how they tie everything in together. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, if you got the time, like you can watch. Like on YouTube, they got there's somebody all the way from Iron Man up until Infinity War, got all of the ending sequence scenes like in progression, to kind of that shit dope. And like if you had all the time in the world to watch every movie like that,
that takes literally like a good old day or two.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, 2, maybe 3 movies in a day, I'm done.
Yeah. We done. We out.
Sometimes I'm lucky if I make it through 1. Shit.
We good.
Credits roll.
Hey.
Mid-season action.
I explained that. It got to be something that I'm looking forward to. Like I knew I wasn't gonna fall asleep on Avengers. I knew I wasn't gonna fall asleep on Black Panther. I knew I wasn't gonna fall asleep on the Tupac movie. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that when I'm waiting to see something, I'm gonna see it. But if I'm just going to see it because everybody else going, and or whatever, and I wasn't really looking forward to it.
If you want to stay awake for something, I have to be a hype man about it. So
that don't even. I mean, sometimes I fall asleep and I'll be interested in it. Like Blade Runner, that shit was dope, but I was sleeping. And the chairs was moving and everything. And
Blade Runner this year or last year?
Last year.
Yeah, last year. That was my favorite movie of the year, by the way. But okay.
That was a really good one. Moving right along, we're going to just talk about some stuff going on with Cowboy Bebop. Now, with in mind, Cowboy Bebop has been a lot of circulation with that. So it has been reported earlier this year that Netflix were doing a live adaptation of the Cowboy Bebop series, and now we got some more information about the series.
Better not fuck it up.
So the pilot episode has released itself. Like, the details of the pilot has recently surfaced. This comes from Comic Book, from a recent article from Splash Report. Had posted a spoiler-filled breakdown of the live-action adaptation of Cowboy Bebop. Now, with this in mind, it's just pretty much just like an overview and a summary of what's going on with the show. Now, for some fans, they kind of already they don't kind of feel, I would say, kind of bad about it, but basically, one of the writers of the name of Ludus, he's basically, a big fan of Cowboy Bebop, so basically he was the one who did the, the pilot. So basically he quotes with the Cowboy Bebop pilot, he says, "We begin on with almost a beat for beat recreation of the cold open with a twist. Instead of a grocery store, the scene is placed on a casino. This is equivalent to the space casino scenes in the Honky Tonk Woman episode in the anime. Regardless, it's almost identical to the movie's opening, open to the iconic line and Spike utters at the end. They also introduced some political subtext here about refugees, though I don't believe they went far enough to what it means to be meaningful." Now, they have other direct comparisons of the anime. So basically, a couple other things like the banter between Spike and Jet Black. He did praise that it pretty much was just like the anime. They even said tonally with the show, it did feel like it was a lot more like the anime. Now, they did mention it's going to be a little bit more swearing on this one. They said it's going to be a lot of F-bombs, but when they saw the pilot and saw the writing of it, it didn't feel like it was rushed. It didn't feel like it was too raunchy. It felt like it actually fit. So it looks like they really are drawing a lot from the anime and then just putting in new elements, really just kind of souping it up for the newer generation. But it does look like they're doing a good job. We'll see what happens with the pilot, but basically right now they haven't cast anyone yet.
I need to start seeing some visuals.
Yes,
I'm here for it. I'm with all of the articles and all of that, but I keep having the same opinion. Just please don't fuck it up. That's it. Because especially with anime, like Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball movie, the Airbender movie, like, they fuck some shit up. And this is one of my personal favorites. It might not be everybody else, but this is one of my personal favorites. This is where I'm going to get in my feelings if they fuck this movie up. And then I have an interesting take. Like, honestly, I wish they were doing a series. You know what I'm saying? Like a live action series. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a series. It was a good series or whatever, and you just can't put everything into a movie.
You do know it is a series. It's not going to be the movie.
It's a live action series?
It's a live action series. It's
no, this whole time I thought it...
No, it's a pilot episode for the series.
Okay, so, all right, we cool on that. All right, now we back to my original point. Don't fuck it up. What?
Okay, I'm not even as married to the series as everybody else is, but from what I know of the series and from me watching it, what I've watched of it, it's a very I don't know, lightning in the bottle kind of series.
Explain
that. The portrayal of Spike. Not even, and this is me watching the Toonami version. Like, I'm an anime dude, and usually there's a problem between the translation of anime to English from Japanese and everything. But even the English translation of Cowboy Bebop, the actor that they have for Spike, he was it was fitting. The way he portrayed the character was just so...
It fit.
Right.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, don't fuck it up. Like,
instantly enamored with Spike.
Yeah. And it's not a lot of animes that the English dub accentuates the actual. Yeah. So that's another reason why I'm like, don't fuck it up, because everything has been perfect.
There's the voice acting for that anime, the visual
especially the
artistry
visuals.
of that series.
That's why I need to start seeing some visuals.
On top of shit, the fucking the music direction, which is very intrinsic.
Yeah.
Very
to that
important.
series.
Yes.
Very fucking important.
This series
to
has
Cowboy Bebop,
so
the music.
many, intricate pieces that make it just the magic that it is that everybody is like grasped onto. I'm scared that you're actually attempting to do this live action.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing.
I want to see it. I want, but I don't want to see. I don't want to see it be what. I don't want to see it be what any of these other, you know what I'm saying, imitations were. I want to see it be a good. All right, bam. This big. Okay, let me put you in the mindset. When I first heard that they was doing a live action Transformers movies, I was scared as fuck. I'm like, I want to see it, but how are you going to portray in real life Transformers?
CGI.
All CGI ain't good CGI.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna combat that.
Continue
on, but I'm already gonna combat that. But continue.
Well, all people's CGI skills aren't up to par. I get, you know what I'm saying. But how are you going to take one of my childhood favorite things and put it in real life and make it look believable and make it look like the cartoon?
Cowboy Bebop to me
Money.
Is like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Of course.
No,
I'm gonna tell you now. Hasbro has pockets.
Now
Hasbro has pockets.
Now let me put you in this mindset. Okay, now when the first Transformer movie, all right, bam, we saw how it looked when it came out, right? Imagine if the live action looked like GoBots.
Oh God!
See, that's how they could have fucked it up.
They could have fucked it up, but at the same time, you have Michael Bay, who was the director of the first three, and like Michael Bay. I mean, let's be real. The man has been known to destroy, crash, big explosions, and all of the world visuals.
He got his style, just like Spike Lee got his style. You watch a Spike Lee movie,
but it was right. It was right
up.
For Transformers, though. Like, I think the thing with Transformers is because you said like Transformers has been out for almost 30 years. It's one of the more beloved, not only just pop culture, but then just also in general, just American culture in regards to just toys in general. Like, everybody around the world loves like Transformers, but especially us in here, like, we love it. So I think especially when you got a property like that and so many people got hands in the pot, let alone Hasbro, because let's be real, that's like one of their biggest like toy lines. Like,
I'm sorry.
You don't think that you're not going to protect that with their ever-loving life?
It doesn't matter, though. Money does not fix everything. Some things is just a matter of circumstance.
They do.
It's
in
like
that
said,
people think that
in that industry, though.
No, Cowboy Bebop to me is like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre of anime. Everybody's trying to like recreate that lightning in the bottle that was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But there were so many intricate details of what happened to create that film that you just cannot recreate.
Yeah.
I mean, it was amazing because of what happened, all the different circumstances of what happened, like the different conditions of
that's
the different
how you
conditions of like what they were working under that get these performances that everybody think was just acting, but this was really just fucking frustration.
I mean, everybody trying to get a pattern, everybody trying to get a formula, which is true.
Cowboy Bebop is, so I don't really feel like you can recreate what happened in that.
And that's the hard part about it. It's like, how do you recreate that? And especially with this kind of series, doing a live action is very intricate. So another report also add along with the live action series, there is a major character change that will also occur on the Cowboy Bebop live action. Now, the other change with the show is actually Jet Black. Luden had also reported that Jet Black will actually be black on the series. With this in mind, they noted saying that Jet Black in this show is black. But what matters most here is that they have nailed his personality. Jet does feel like Jet. He may not look like one-to-one like the anime, but he will feel like it. So this here, for some people, it's okay. So it's an okay change. I mean, from some adaptations, of course, you're gonna make it a little bit more.
When I read it,
if he
PC.
feels like the character, fine.
Yeah. When I had a couple feelings. It was like, one, it was like, oh, here we go, and then two, it was like, give it a chance. You know, the fact that his name is Jet Black, that could be an interesting little twist. Okay, he's actually black in this. Okay, but and then they say he you know what I'm saying, they nails the character or whatever. So then another feeling came in like, okay, well, usually the shoe is on the other foot. It's a black or whatever other person, and then it's a white person, or you know what I'm saying. So, and then I was like, okay, now it's a black person in this, so let me give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a few different feelings when I read that. So, it's one of them things like, all right, let's see what you're going with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not one for everything. Doesn't have to be script to the book or whatever. If you want to variate a little, variate a little bit from the original story, whatever. Okay, but let me see why. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be like, maybe that black person was just played the shit out that role. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still on board. I'm still riding.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Just this whole project with the Cowboy Bebop live adaptation, it is gonna be really nice. I think it's definitely gonna be really nice for Netflix. Netflix definitely, along with other distributing services, are trying to get on the anime
it's
craze.
Streaming wars coming up.
It is streaming wars.
Wait till
they're
Disney.
here.
They're here, but like, wait till Disney drop. When Disney dropped they shit,
I wouldn't be surprised if they started investing in it too.
Yeah. And well, I'm jumping on the docket, but
well, actually, that's on the next thing. Actually, is the deal. So that's actually what I was going to lead into in regards to just everything. But no, but definitely for real, anime for Western, especially in the States, I'm very proud.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that, you know, animation in general has always been a thing, but especially just in other cultures, especially with Japanese animation and just other countries like even like France or whatnot. There's just been other areas, but of course Japanese animation, has been always been a popular thing. So like, it's very great that now the last 10-15 years it's been just like a big cult craze, and it's just pretty nice. This kind of add us in the whole admiration of anime. So with that in mind, Hulu is also jumping into the game with the anime craze. With Hulu, they are going to be doing a exclusive streaming deal with Funimation. Now, this comes right after the departure of Funimation ending their partnership with Crunchyroll. So this kind of feels right.
Everything
in
happens for a
regards
reason.
to the situation. So with that in mind, Hulu will be distributing scores of new Funimation titles starting in 2019. Basically, it's a first look deal. So basically, all and anything that is made through Funimation now will go exclusively to Hulu. This also includes
that's gonna up my stocking.
that is gonna include simulcast, dub material, new and old titles coming to Hulu. So this will also give Hulu first dibs on any kind of US streaming rights. Is a really big thing as well, because again, now this makes Hulu very visual in anime and brings it to more casual fans.
I'm behind on this, so what's exactly the deal between Funimation and Hulu?
So
the Funimation had a deal with.
So Crunchyroll and Funimation had a deal, and basically what happened was when Crunchyroll, if you're familiar with Verve, Verve is also owned by Crunchyroll, which is owned by a bigger company, and I can't remember the name of the company, but basically what happened was Verve was showing Crunchyroll and Funimation. They ended up taking out Funimation and Crunchyroll out of Verve, and that kind of ended a long relationship with Crunchyroll and Funimation.
In comes Hulu.
Now that Funimation,
hey, we hear your deal list right now.
and Hulu has already had some Funimation titles on there anyway, so it's natural for them now to grab Funimation and get this first look deal.
I always gagged that. I don't think I've ever said that term.
Come on.
But
come on out.
The fucking podcast. Right. But I've always hated Hulu's anime selection. Like they have anime as a what's the name, but when you go
They don't
to
have
it,
really
it's
good selections.
this is like I said.
I
this
mainly
is,
watch reruns of stuff I've already watched. 'Cause it's on there.
Yeah. They got the classics. Some of the classics on there. Shit you seen. But not, like if you want to go and like at this standing point right now, if you wanted to go and like turn yourself on to some new shit, Hulu wouldn't be the place.
You want to go to Crunchyroll or Verve or go to the Funimation Direct service because they have their own service as well when they show their anime. So
that's why I'm really curious because I have Crunchyroll. I want the Funimation, but I'm paying for too many damn streaming services.
Yeah, when I look at how many streaming services and apps and shit I'm playing, that's like damn near an extra $50-$60 a month. Right. I mean, cause that shit at one point I was
me put my pirate hat back on.
At one point I was paying for Tidal, Apple. Spotify was damn near, and like that's 3 different music services. Like, and did not
only for like some slight variance in your exclusivity.
Yeah,
it's not even worth it.
You know what? I ain't even gonna. After we get off this podcast, I'm gonna say something because I don't want to say something. Somebody get an idea and they got a little bit more money than I do, and they put it in promotion. So
I know the feeling, trust me.
Yeah, so we'll talk. But what's next on the docket?
So with that in mind, definitely check that out in 2019, guys. It's gonna be a good look for Hulu, and basically with that in mind, Funimation, there's direct service Funimation Now, which do show all their animes. That is still gonna be in motion. So like I said, it's just gonna be something for more casual fans. With the Funimation deal, you can still check out all 600 titles on Funimation Now if you want to check out other shit.
Which ones of those really matter though?
See, that's the thing though. I'm gonna start losing sleep at work though. You know, that's the only place I can really get sleep. So now that's gonna be the spot where
we're not gonna put that out there.
Oh, yikes! All right.
Oh yeah, you know what?
We're not gonna say what our jobs are. We're gonna say what we're doing.
We are classified.
Moving on.
Coming up next on the docket is actually, speaking of Crunchyroll, they actually have been doing some restructuring lately. Now, this is a report coming from Deadline. Now, the company is called Otter Media. Otter, as like in like the actual animal Otter Media. That is the name of the company. So with that in mind, they just laid off 10% of its total staff. This happened actually yesterday, that they had laid off 10% of their staff due to restructuring efforts. Deadline reports that this is just basically, being in the competitive market and basically changing in the digital landscape.
Let me put it in the lamest terms for y'all. The story that Beats and Bullshit just reported before this one is the reason that this story is in effect now, because we lost the deal and we had to restructure new. We had to cut some fat or whatever. Like that's all that shit is.
So an email was sent out to the employees earlier yesterday outlining the changes. The CEO, Tony Goncalves, promised the changes will put remaining employees on the path of better opportunities. Now, it looks like they're consolidating its consumer brands underneath its Elevation umbrella. This is a division that they use with anime fans. Basically, this also operates Crunchyroll, as we mentioned, Verb. This will also affect Rooster Teeth, which is also a part of the Otter Media brand. For those who don't know what Rooster Teeth is, it is a distributing channel. It's with Verb. So basically,
I'm coming out with a company. I'm gonna name it Chicken Nuts.
Oh.
Rooster Teeth.
It's called Rooster Teeth, baby.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that it will be kind of folding into their business unit, and then they'll be joining in with the other company, Machinima. And they'll be housed under Warner Media. He also mentioned, as a result of these changes, the site of the organization has been impacted. We had to say goodbye to a few valued employees.
So basically, this company took a hit.
Time Warner, right?
Yeah, exactly. This company took a hit. They had to parse all their whatever the fuck this conglomerate was, and they sold off pieces to it, which is how part of it went to Warner.
Yeah, because
Like
remember when with the whole AT&T Warner Brothers deal, because now AT&T has Warner Brothers. Essentially, you know, they have all those properties. So yeah, that's probably another reason why
AT&T does.
Yes.
AT&T.
Yes, and since Crunchyroll and Otter Media goes with Warner Media, AT&T has that.
Didn't Ted Turner sell something to Warner or buy something for Warner at some point in time?
I believe so. Cause you had like TNT and Turner stations, yeah.
Huh. Because at one point in time, Ted Turner was a media conglomerate.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, something with Time Warner and Ted Turner transpired. I don't know who bought who or sold who or whatever, but the two merged somehow.
Yes.
Okay. So now AT&T is like sitting on top of all of that.
Yes, because they just actually added, because that to confirm it, they just add Boomerang to Verve now. So now you can watch a Boomerang, all the shows on Boomerang on Verve. So yes, basically AT&T is like literally a big media conglomerate, if not bigger now.
Business.
Listen, they knew what they were doing in the beginning when they did Mall Bell and the whole communications side. So it's like, this is not surprising. They're just keeping up with the times. So layoffs also include both full-time and contracted employees. Basically, they will be affected by the change. There is no word on how or if this change will disrupt Crunchyroll accessibility in any way. Right now they're just making sure things are okay with that service, but yeah, it definitely looks like they got hit a lot just with all the changes and with all the deals that has been severed. So
like we were losing money, we had to like separate some shit, sell some shit off, and like recoup our losses.
Let me simplify that a little bit more. It sounds like one big ass chess game.
Basically,
yes.
Yeah.
That is what it is. I mean, people like, and it's crazy, especially like I said, like AT&T, they know what they're doing. So when it comes to these kind of deals that takes a lot of money and takes your people, you do have to go with the chain. You gotta tighten things up to keep going. So for this case, for them, they losing money, but they got an umbrella still under their head at the end of the day. So
who's one, bro?
Boom, 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 boom.
That must be the shit to know you got so much money. Okay, I know I got much more money than this company. So I'm gonna sit back and wait and see what happened. Oh, that was cute. Y'all bought such and such, this, that, and the other. Oh, that's nice. Oh, this person came and bought. Let me buy all that shit.
All the things.
A fucking chess game, like
all the things. Let me take your pawn, your queen, your rook,
oh, you
and your
took
knight.
his pawn. Oh, okay. Your pawn came and took his bishop, but you got his knight. Let me get that rook right there. That's the man. Please.
And that's
crazy.
Crumbles. So that is geek shit for right now. We're gonna head over to the tea right now and just talk about a couple stuff going on. So
that was business tea.
Right. We gave y'all enterprise
business. You had to drink that tea with your pinky out.
Okay. we gave y'all leadership.
Like, make notations of the flavor.
Listen, we gave y'all leadership English tea right now. So leadership meetings.
This is peppermint tea. Right, we're going into peppermint tea, like herbal tea, like
Earl Grey though.
Right. So of course, again, this is your week's hip hop and pop culture news. First thing I want to talk about on the dock here is the Oscars. So the Oscars, always a big event, always a big deal, and a very, very small man just got his big break. Next year, Kevin Hart will be hosting the duties of the 91st Academic Awards. This was just announced yesterday.
Big surprise.
Don't
get me wrong. Like, that's good for him. Great for him.
Great,
yeah.
That's amazing for him.
But let's unfold this. Kevin Hart, to this point, he has the people under him mad at him and the people over him loving him.
Yes.
He's working consistently. He is, I mean, every level that you could think on, he's excelling. He's putting people on. He's doing this, that, no. He's doing his own thing on YouTube. He has that smile that the public will love. So of course he's gonna host the Grammys.
thing about Kevin Hart, which I will appreciate about this man, Kevin Hart has always been a comedian and just a entertainer in general, whereas like he has certain pockets he's probably not the best at, but overall he is a good.
He does him.
He does him at the end of the day.
He does him.
And that's the thing about it. I think he just has a great personality
he
for
not
GP.
The funniest
They're able to
motherfucker
like.
I ever heard.
Thank you.
But he funny.
Exactly.
He funny at what he do.
Exactly. And like you said, general public, the GP, they love that, and I think that's one reason why he got this. He did share his excitement over on Instagram, and he says, "For years, I have been asked if I ever would host the Oscars, and my answer was always the same. I said that it would be an opportunity of a lifetime for me as a comedian, and that it will happen when it's supposed to. I am so happy to say the day has finally come for me to host the Oscars. I am blown away simply because this has been a goal on my list for a long time. To be able to join the legendary list of hosts that have graced that stage is unbelievable." So he also continues saying, "I think I know my mom is smiling from ear to ear right now, and I want to thank my family and friends and fans for supporting me and riding with me all this time. I want to make sure this year's Oscars is a special one. I appreciate the Academy and the opportunity. Now it's time to rise to the occasion. #Oscars."
So let me translate for you. Yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
I knew I was that nigga from the beginning, but I got class, so I'm not gonna let that out right now. But I told you motherfuckers that I was gonna be at this point at one day in time, and I was just gonna be patient and let it happen. So now it's happening, so fuck y'all. But I still got class. That's what that says right there.
It was a very poised way of just saying, "Yes, bitch, I made it."
Yeah.
You are joining many people.
Like, yeah, I'm not going to turn on this damn paycheck.
Okay. No, but see, you got to read in between the lines.
Yes.
These statements that these celebrities put out that sounds like, "Oh yes, I am just such esteemed to such and such." They got people behind them. They go to them and say, "Okay, Kevin, you pay me I'm your media consultant. How do you feel about this?" "I feel like I'm the shit. I feel like it's becoming such and such, blah, blah, blah." "Okay, so we're going to say that this is how business works. This is how these celebrities and actors and rappers, they have peoples and publicists and all these media consultants. They got all these people behind. You got to learn how to read
Between the lines.
Yeah, everybody don't sound this esteemed, especially Kevin Hart coming away from Philly. When has he ever sound that esteemed?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
I guess that's my issue with him. Like, I've never been the biggest Kevin Hart fan.
No, you know,
to me, Kevin Hart is just like, he's one of those your cousins that's just funny as fuck.
I was gonna say one of your
hey, you got that funny thing you do. Do that thing.
Right, that thing. I would say more of like an uncle. Like, go ahead, Uncle Kevin, come on.
Like, Uncle Kevin, stop
It's
telling
like
jokes.
It's like, okay, I don't find you that funny, but it's good that you out there putting our face on things. But I don't really fuck with you like that because I don't really think you're that talented.
Everything is subjective.
It's almost like a fine line for me with him, whereas there's talent and then there's cooning.
You really think he cooning?
He just takes that fine line with me.
I agree. He may walk the line, but I don't think. But to be honest, if you want to make it in this world, business-wise, this, that, and the other, especially in the light that he do, you have to know how to walk that line.
I understand to an extent, but sometimes he just crosses up.
You gotta know how to stay black and true to yourself, but you gotta know how to play that game too.
I understand that.
You gotta know how to walk that line.
I think
does not seem to. He blurs that line.
Y'all both do have points. Y'all do have both points. I think it's just how you approach it, because we have seen people who honestly been straight up but been able to curate their own career in a way that they don't have to lose themselves. Reasons why I say that is Chance the Rapper is a one good example for a man, for someone who's so rooted in social
change who he is, though.
But that's the thing. But the thing is, though, is like he's always been also very political and very social, and I think that also helps him of why he's able to do that. But it's how you do it. I think Kevin Hart does it to the point where a lot of people in our community feels like.
When you look at it, the most successful black people know how to walk that. Look at Jay-Z. This dude was selling crack, blah blah blah, changed his life, started rapping, business mind. Now he is making business moves and owning shit with these white people, like,
and which we should be doing. Which
I know how to walk that line.
Which is true. Without coming off as cooning or selling out to me.
But
I don't know if Kevin.
But
Hart,
let me ask you this: what is it about Kevin Hart? What is it that he do or whatever? What is it that makes you think that he's cooning or selling out?
He just seems like he tries to be extra just to be the black gesture that white people are accepting.
Explain that.
I don't even know how I can explain that any further.
I will say it like this, because like I said, both of your points are right. Like I said, it just goes of how you do it. I think for Kevin, for him especially, he's done a great job walking the line. Yeah. I do think in certain things he's done, and we'll be honest, the community with us feel like, bro, you're cooning now. You getting your Bojangles and your shuck and jive right now, but.
Yes.
But he has learned. The thing I appreciate with Kevin is, and I think he is aware when he makes a mistake, he does try to right his wrong.
Well,
he tries.
Instead of telling jokes, he makes himself the joke.
But you have to laugh at yourself sometimes in order to get through something.
That's the part. But see,
making yourself look like a
you got okay now. Look, wait. Look at comedy as hip hop. So. Just like he said, you got to be able to laugh at yourself. So if you looking at comedy like hip hop, you're taking real life.
There's laughing at yourself, and then there's making yourself into a caricature that's not really you.
How did he do that?
There are some portrayals of that Kevin Hart puts out there of himself that I cannot honestly take as being yourself.
Like what?
I can't even say specifics. I'm sorry.
Then how can you be so convictive in what you're saying if you're not specific?
I don't fuck with him to the point where I can like recite his damn routines.
Okay, so what it sounds like is you should say is I don't really fuck with him. I don't really like him. This, that, and the other. But see, you're giving reasons as if you analyzed him, and if someone was to challenge you, you could say, "Oh, I don't like him because this, and this." Right now,
what he's giving me as his portrayal of himself. There are some comedians that like say dumb shit and it completely comes off as 100% authentic. This is who the fuck I am.
I mean,
but then he does stuff.
You're losing.
Like, okay, you can't possibly be this damn stupid.
You're losing. You're losing context of what he does. It's comedy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to be honest, really. Did comedy and that's how comedy. That's how comedy
in itself. But that's an issue with us as a people in general.
You're getting too deep.
I'm sorry. This is the truth, though.
You're getting too deep.
I will say this: the only thing I don't appreciate. I think one thing I wish Kevin Hart would really do more is kind of like he does give love to like Eddie Murphy and Chris Rock, but I feel like you don't give a lot of props to those who came before those you look up to. The reason why I'm saying that is
like
Richard Pryor. If you say that you like Eddie Murphy, why you have not said anything about Richard Pryor?
A little before him.
And when Richard Pryor was the reason why Eddie Murphy wanted to be a comedian and stand up.
That might be a little bit before him though, but these the people that he idolized.
Baby, if you know about your craft, you will know from the first person to do it to now.
But wait. Let me ask you this. Okay, now
or at least know of.
I get what you're saying. Now, because you come after someone who paved the way, blah blah blah, whatever. Do you have to mention every single person?
But you need to be aware. There's a difference between being at least acknowledging about it and not saying anything at all. I don't think he acknowledges it.
You don't think that he's just.
And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. He might acknowledge and not really say it, but I think with some people who really look at him as someone, as a stand-up comedian, or even someone who became just a comedian star in general, like an Eddie Murphy, we just never heard him say, "Oh, you know, I appreciate, you know, Eddie Murphy and, you know, those who came before him." If we heard something like that, then I'll be like, "Oh, okay."
I hear you. Let's give this perspective though. Eddie Murphy has created a career over decades, many decades, like at least what 2, 3.
You said Eddie Murphy?
Yes, Eddie Murphy.
He literally Eddie Murphy has different genres. Like some people could like Eddie Murphy for Delirious, Raw. And then another audience can like him for movies. You know what I'm saying? Like he has different genres or eras that he can be recognized in. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's true. Kevin is. I guess what. No, but I guess what I'm also. Yeah, I guess the other thing. Sorry. The other thing I was just gonna say though. I mean, and Ben Kevin's career is still young, but as you're kind of seeing what he's doing now, it seems he's trying to follow Eddie's path by doing the action comedy, the romantic comedy, get more serious stuff.
Like who he focused on, he didn't really think to like go further into knowing like who inspired this person though.
Yeah.
So there comes a point where you don't always like follow the lineage. So I can't say that that's a horrible thing on his part, but these people that he follows are inspired by Richard Pryor's.
Yeah.
God, I've been drinking too much to go
Lord,
back for names, but
I say we 120 right now.
The fact that these people have taken on this person's legacy and furthered it and inspired others, that's still an aspect of it, even if they may not know it.
Yeah.
But it's not like they're not dishonoring that person, but honoring somebody that does honor this lineage. That's still a major thing.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I mean, it's just Kevin. Like I said, I'm definitely happy. I'm definitely gonna check this one out. I always like when my people be doing the Oscars. I feel like it's a good reunion. Now, this is also gonna be the very first time that we'll have 2 new producers also doing the Oscars. This will also be the first time of Donna Gigliotti and Glenn Weiss that will be producing and co-producing the Oscars. So this is gonna be nice, just fresh energy next year. So it's gonna be really nice seeing that. So next thing we got going on with the tea is some lovely news going on with another lovely couple of Travis and Kylie Jenner. Now
I'm out.
Hey, wait, why you out? Well, go ahead. What about them?
Oh my Lord! As you getting your refresher? Yes, T-Pain. Yes. So basically, this came out of TMZ. But basically, as you guys know, Kylie and Travis has been very basically at this point at their time with their relationship and kind of getting together with, you know, Stormy and everything. But basically they had reported that a woman that goes by the name of Melanie Barbie on Instagram reported a shot of the video, and basically it was a caption saying, "Nobody like me but your baby daddy keep me icy." Now this was a photo of Travis getting cozy and kissing up on another girl. And basically, Travis responded to the photo saying, "Shit cap ass fuck." Now, there's more to this, saying TMZ ain't post this shit. Trolls working hard every day. I don't be on balcony with no thoughts. That shit lame. Try again, you trolls. Me and my wife 30. Get back to celebrating. Now,
is that your southern accent?
Yeah, a little southern twang came out. Now he also went on Instagram on his story and also kind of went more into this, saying trolls always want to create some fake shit to destroy real love, going overboard to make shit look like it is not evil. I hate acknowledging shit, but quit to try and take joy from shit. That's good. I pray God blocks all evil back to celebrating, he says at the end. Now, basically, this does come into reports because they are saying now that they were engaged, is what I've been hearing with Kylie and Travis. So a lot of people are saying like, oh, why are you getting engaged but you still, cheating for Kylie? And it's like, these are still reports, these are still rumors. We don't know if this is all confirmed, but it did look like when he had the Astro Festival, he has the Astro Festival basically at his hometown of Houston, and he actually, referred to Jenner as his wife and his beautiful daughters. So yeah, I mean, honestly, after Stormy got born, I stopped paying attention to Kylie and Travis.
I got one question. Is his braids real?
Travis's?
Mm-hmm.
If I recall, I think they are.
Okay, so if going off the assumption that his braids are real, from what I saw in the picture, that's not him. The picture, the dude's braids, his roots, you know how when you get braids or whatever, the roots of the braids were blonde, which leads me to believe that they're extensions. So now, there wasn't a clear shot of his face.
That's true.
So this makes me believe that was somebody trolling or whatever. Hey, you look like Travis Scott. Whatever. I look a little bit more deeper than just believing what somebody tells me.
Exactly.
Especially with me being somebody who uses Photoshop and all of these media editing or audio editing, video editing. You know what I'm saying? I know how easy it is to make some shit look like it isn't. So I look at shit different. I don't think that's Travis. And I'm riding with him and Kylie on this. I think people just hating, trying to stir up some shit, this, that, and the other. And do you, brother? If y'all happy, and you know you happy, she knows she happy, and y'all know y'all happy together, do y'all. Fuck all these haters and these trolls. We live in a time now to where trolling is getting people life in jail.
Yes.
So, man, just please, everybody, just keep it real. Stay who you are.
Yeah.
Just don't let this social media shit take you to let you try to be somebody you not. Do things you don't usually do. This, that, and the other. You look at my social media, it's shit that I do. You know what I'm saying? If I go out somewhere, I post, like, it's me. Like, I don't try to be nobody. I just give the advice to everybody. Just be you on social media, and everything will be fine. Everybody trying to be somebody they're not. Everybody trying to do things and be secretive and hide their identity. And man, fuck all that fake shit, man. Be you, stay true to you and yours, and shit'll be fine.
Yeah. Man. I think everybody trying to find their tribe, and they're trying to find the tribe in very wrong ways. People just trying to find people, on social media just to kind of escape. And especially with this world today, it's a lot to escape from, guys. But definitely understand that you, at the end of the day, have to listen to yourself and understand that yourself does matter. So
take it from somebody. I got caught up. I get caught up in social media.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
It's human. Like, definitely it's human. But definitely understand at the end of the day, you're grateful for so many things in your life, and you're grateful for so many things in the world, and then that someone's perspective of you or someone's idea of you is invalid. As long as you know that you're the shit and that you're someone that is worthy, that's all that matters. So definitely you keep that in mind. So that's definitely word from both hosts here. So for sure. So moving on with that, definitely hopefully that gets resolved, and if y'all did get engaged, congrats. With that in mind, a little bit more information in regards to a new project that is going on with Universal Pictures. Now I'm I feel some type of way about this because I have a mama that loves this man, and I do respect this man as well. There is reports that Universal Pictures is developing a musical based on Prince's music. Now, Variety has reported this, that Universal Pictures is developing a physical movie based on the content. The film studio has acquired rights to some of his catalog and will be using his music on the basis of the plotline. Now, they hasn't planned on making this anything like a biopic since Purple Rain, so this won't be like that. But they said the executives are hoping to recreate something to akin to 2008's Mamma Mia. Now, Universal has had success with Les Mis and with the Pitch Perfect series, so they're trying to make another series like that, or just kind of give that same hype. The people along with Universal, Adam Factory's Troy Carter, who is the entertainment advisor of Prison State, will also executive produce the project, as well as CEO of Universal Music Publishing Group, Jody Gerson. So here's how I feel about this, and here's my problem with this. I don't understand. It kind of goes back. I actually listened to freaking what's the name of me's verse when he was kind of talking about the line with Michael and Prince.
Mm-hmm.
These two men came out and will forever be staples in music, but the culture with us, and then just in general. These men knew that we have to own ours. We have to own everything that we get. Our art and everything is ours, is not for them. And it's sad ever since he's died that all his music has just been taken out, releasing old tracks, using his music on commercials.
Well, that's what Jay-Z was trying to
exactly
prevent. And that speaks more to what Jay was saying. And he said, don't pit me and Kanye against each other like y'all did Michael and Prince.
Yes.
They didn't realize at the time what they were doing. They said, oh, both you niggas are smart. You want to own your shit. You want to own your shit. No, we can't let y'all come together and put your minds together and realize, you know what I'm saying? So that's really what that speaks to. They find a way to, okay, so if they were to get smart enough and come together, how can we overcome that? Honestly, they're 3-4 steps ahead of us. And that's really what it boils down to. And I guess that's because they brought us over here. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of had a head start.
I think we just have to get better. I think it comes to unity. It comes back to
absolutely.
And I think you start seeing that. I think one thing with Tidal, and one thing I kind of do wish I get more into Tidal. I do appreciate what
I live by it.
I do appreciate Jay-Z with this streaming service, of the fact he is giving us a very creative outlet to just do everything, just let it be music, content, and videos and documentaries and things like that with Tidal when it comes to music artists. So I do really appreciate that. So it's a little sad because, for a lot of people who do appreciate Prince, seeing him having his music like this is like asinine. He really swore against it.
Because you knew that wasn't what he stood for.
It's not a little sad.
It's very sad.
It's not even very sad. It's fucking bullshit, tragic.
You knew that wasn't what he stood for.
No, it's not even just that.
You couldn't even find
let me
Prince
start.
on YouTube.
No, let me start. The whole reason Prince went through all the changes he went through in the fucking 90s and shit on Ford was because of Warner Brothers.
The whole slave shit.
He lost the rights to his own fucking name.
Yep.
Because these fuckers stole the rights to his music in his name, and he couldn't perform under it. So now that he's dead and gone, and he made a little deal with you before he passed away, like to get the rights to his music and shit back, and y'all share some profits and everything so he can do his thing. Now that he's passed away, y'all are taking full advantage of it.
Exactly.
So it's extremely fucked up. And I would hope that whatever family members are around, to his sister or whatever, to honor what his wishes were, giving the artists their rights to their music and their creativity, to flourish on their own for what they brought to the damn market and what they created into this society and made iconic music experiences for all of us, steps in and says no, and not just go about the money, just actually honor this person and what they gave to us freely of their own, for us to enjoy, for us to vibe off of, for us to feel endeared, to feel like we're not alone, to feel as a part of, I guess, a collective of people, of like-minded individuals. I hope that they say, fuck no, get some lawyers, fight the shit, don't let it be.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. I do hope that, I mean, it goes through, okay. If not, I do hope they kind of just get this taken care of, because honestly, for right now, this is, like, again, very disheartening to see this here. So, yep, that it will be that with that, project. So, like I said, if it comes through, we'll see more about it. But other than that, for right now, it's in the works. So the next thing on the docket is just a little bit about Miss Lovely Ponytail, Miss Ariana Grande. So Miss Ariana Grande, she's definitely had a very great year, and we're in December, and the recent single "Thank You Next" has been hitting the radio waves. It has been number one now for the last 3 weeks. It is not number one this next week. Actually, "Sicko Mode" by Travis Scott and as well as Drake actually got number one. They just celebrated. Yeah, they celebrated getting the announcement. They got number one for next week. So that is really good. I do like the Astroworld album, and I do like "Sicko Mode." Like, the whole changes of the song is sick, and honestly, I haven't heard that in a rap song in a long time. So it's a good song, and the video is dope. I saw and that's Dave Meyers, and Dave Meyers coincidentally did the videos for the Sweetener area for Ariana Grande. But had a great year so far. The "Thank You Next" video dropped last Friday, and it actually broke the record for the most viewed video in 24 hours. The "Thank You Next" video got 100 million views on the first 24 hours of the day, and that beats out BTS DNA video. So that's really dope for her to get that accomplishment. But also, she also has been named Billboard Woman of the Year. So within the last couple of years, Billboard has been acknowledging the women in the music industry and have been basically naming Billboard Woman of the Year. I believe Selena Gomez got it last year, but this year is Ariana. So they do just kind of this big old spread for her and everything. So she did announce in a new interview just about some stuff that's been going on, since then I spoke with her, since she's been doing, the album, along with things going on with her personal life, with breaking up with Pete and with Mac Miller's death earlier in September. But essentially, she's basically just kind of showing her growth as an artist and a singer. She basically was just saying about how in the beginning of the career, when she did the first album, Yours Truly, it was a very great debut album, a very solid debut album. Had a lot of great people on the track and the project. Babyface was a very big contributor with that album, and along with her in-house team, Tommy Brown. So definitely a great look with that. But basically, she just explained that after the first, second, and third album, she kind of played the game, started doing the very big pop hits. So that's why she teamed up with Max Martin, and everybody know Max Martin is a very great pop artist, a great producer, writer, and everything. So she been working with Max Martin ever since the second album. So that's also a good thing with that as well. I'm blanking out the second album right now. It's not Yours Truly. Anyway, I can remember the other albums, but not the second album. But anyway, so with that in mind, she just kind of say, now that she's played the game, she just want to release music on her own time. She wants to be able to do music on her own, accord. So she actually referred one part on the interview about basically kind of putting out music like how rappers do. So basically, when she was explaining that, she basically was just saying that, she don't want to do the whole pop formula. So basically, when she talked about that, she just says basically, she feels she wants to do more in music. She wants to be able to be a true artist and do a lot of things. One thing especially that Ariana really prides off of, and I really appreciate with her, it's her vocal arrangements and her harmonies. She does that on her own. She doesn't have no one do that shit. So the fact, all the stuff you hear in the background and stuff like that is her. So she did point that out, saying, in the instance
Like, can we give a shout out to Black Excellence for Brandy for paving the way for that whole movement?
Exactly.
But anyway.
No, okay, and funny enough, that is one of her influences, is Brandy. So, like,
wow.
Yeah, so the fact that she understands harmonies and arrangements are a big thing is really good. And that's why I appreciate about Ariana. She does have very true R&B influences. India Arie is another big influence with her as well, along with Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. So she does get influenced by greats.
I can tell she does have some black influence in her. You know, she has soul. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's not like the gut wrenching soul that we know of.
Of course, you know.
But it's still like it's something like, damn, like we can rock with you, like we can feel it.
Yeah.
But she basically just kind of talked about an instance, basically where you know, she'll hear something on the studio, and you know, after like 1,000 times hearing it, if it doesn't sound right, she'll tell them straight up, like, can you fix that? But basically she says she's walked out of sessions before because essentially the people who will be in the room wouldn't, you know, give her control, and people like Max Martin and even Pharrell Williams, who she worked with Sweetener, kind of give her the opportunity to kind of do her own thing instead of kind of being like, you have to kind of abide by one thing.
That, I mean, to be honest, that's how it's supposed to be. If you putting money into this see, I hate the mentality of, okay, I'm putting money into you, this, that, and the other. Do what I do. You should do what I want you to do. It should be, I'm putting money into you because I believe in you. So if I believe in you, then if you feel something is not right musically or whatever, then I believe in your decision because this is what drew me to you to sign you. So I believe in your ability to make good music. So if you're saying something is not good or whatever, I trust you. I'm putting my money into you. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
But, you know.
No, that's definitely true. So basically that's one thing she definitely prided off of. And then basically when she meant about the whole like music bringing out, so she basically was kind of saying like, my dream has always been to be obviously not a rapper, but to like put out music in the way that a rapper does. I feel that there are certain standards that pop women are held to that men aren't. We have to do we had to do the teaser before the single, then do the single, then wait to do the pre-order, and then radio has to impact for the video, and then we had to do the discount on this day, and then all this shit. And I'm like, bruh, I just want to fucking talk to my fans and sing and write music and drop it the way these boys do. Why do they get to make records like that and I don't?
That's what rappers do too.
I understand what she's saying, which also she says, so I do and I did and I am and I continue to. What I feel what she's talking about, I do agree where it comes to a lot of like pop stars. And when I mean pop stars, I mean like your Christina Aguilera's, your Britney Spears.
The thing. She's already a pop star. So what she's saying is, I already have this following. I already have these fans. I can at this point, she can just drop something.
And it's kind of like, and that's the thing, she like the same thing like how Beyonce did it. Beyonce did the game, played with the pop records, and then when Beyonce came out, when Beyonce did the Beyonce surprise drop, you knew that then and there she had control, where it was like, I can do what the hell I want. And this is what Ariana's time is now in her decision, and she's young, she's 25, and she's already at this point like, listen, I just want to drop music, I don't care about doing these schedules anymore. And she says more on the article, actually, she's saying, if I just want to drop 2 albums and do 2 albums on a tour, I can do that. If I want to record a 3rd album in 2019, I'm gonna go and do that. I don't care anymore.
Kudos to her for knowing that too. I mean, because when did she come? What age did she come into the game at?
So she started singing,
acting or music.
So Ariana started acting, music. Ariana didn't start doing music until 18, 19. So she was doing Victoria's. She was on Nickelodeon. She was doing Victoria's, but back she was just 14. So she was on Victoria's for about 4 to 5 years, and then she did Sam and Cat for I think the last 2 years before she went full time with music. And then when she was like 18, 19, that's when she started. So now she's been in the game for now 6, 7 years.
25 or not. She knows what she's doing by now.
And the thing about this now is Ariana, I think ever since the Dangerous Woman album, I've been following Ariana since her Victorious days. So I've appreciated the growth of Ariana, not only as an artist, but then also just as a person. She's been definitely someone who's gone through just a lot, but at the same time, been able to been someone to be humble about it. I mean, everybody got their thing. The public is going to display one thing. Things are going to happen differently, and I'm not being blind about it. But you gotta appreciate someone who is willing to try to grow as a person. Basically, when she dropped out her Christmas EP back in 2016, that was already an indicator of what she wanted to do differently. That EP was a lot more like bass heavy, a lot more R&B influence, a lot more with harmonies, and then they kind of fell through with Sweetener. And I mean, a lot of people want to flag Sweetener because it was overproduced when Pharrell did the tracks. A lot of people didn't think it was cohesive, but it was a good album. It showed that Ariana was able to experiment. But even she said about the album, this is just her comfort zone. The shit that was on Sweetener is shit she does on a regular. And I think, with the Thank You Next era, which dropping out Thank You Next is now that perfect combination of I can still give you pop hooks, pop melodies, but this is more of me. It's more of the bass trappy stuff. And she even explains on the article about Thank You Next album that's coming out, because the album will be called Thank You Next from the single. It is very more of her, so it's very bass heavy, very melodical. It's still with the airy vocals that she does, but it's just more this is really me. This is I'm giving y'all real shit, and kind of tacking the writing with the music. So I'm really excited about this new project. I'm actually seeing her when she comes in March. April. She's coming in April 5th in Little Caesars. I'm seeing her. She's having her production team, Social House, which actually did the Thank You Next beat, and then Normani is also opening. So it's going to be a very hot tour for the North American leg. I'm really excited to see this, and if she is going to be dropping, Thank You Next before the end of the year, I'll be excited to hear that and see that live too.
Yeah, that's what's up. I've never really been the biggest Ariana Grande fan, but I was never ignorant to her talent. I knew she could sing. I knew she was a big fucking artist. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, everybody's just not for everybody.
Yeah.
And that's all. If I can recall, she may have made one or two songs that I fucked with or whatever. But I just didn't. I just didn't become a big fan or whatever. So kudos to her on that. So hopefully she'll prosper and all of that. So.
All right, then. So, big ups to Ariana and her congratulations of all the good achievements. The last thing we got going on with the tea is with a couple of just a end of year stuff going on with the year. So, basically, right now, this is just an article that was announced with Spotify. So, Spotify basically does an end of year list, and they do their top 10 artists. So, basically, it has been announced that Drake has been named Spotify's most streamed artist of 2018.
Big surprise.
Right. I mean, definitely Drake, he continues to rock it out.
He got a deal with Apple, and he wasn't the number one streaming artist on Apple? Just Spotify? Was that you sipping some tea?
So he has been named most streamed artist of 2018 globally. In 2018, Drake has bragged 8.2 billion streams. The Canadian rapper is also the stream artist of all time. The album and song of 2018 that was most streamed was Scorpion and God's Plan. Following Drake, Post Malone, XXXTentacion, J Balvin, and Ed Sheeran rounded out the top 5 list of most streamed artists in the world. In the US, it was Drake, Post Malone, XXXTentacion, and Travis Scott and Khalid. So this was a very male-dominated year, which is kind of funny talking about the last article we just talked about. With that in mind, actually kind of drawing that back in, Ariana was actually named most streamed female artist of 2018 globally, thanks to her album Sweetener and her latest single Thank You Next, which had amassed 220 million streams. She actually has its own. She's actually just thrown Rihanna. Rihanna actually been the most streamed artist now, female artist for the last 3 years. So now she's been.
That's only because she stopped making music.
Well, because SZA decided to do her own material.
Whoa, pause. Wait, pause. That can't be right, though. Let's rewind. Because Anti came out in 2016.
Anti
came out in 2016, so if she was artist in 2017 and she ain't dropped no new shit. with the exception of Lemonade.
Would it come out January 1st?
Yeah, I think the Anti came out like in January.
But again, during these times,
So that's
Sia and SZA decided to do their own albums. Who they're predominantly the main.
But she ain't dropped nothing on 2015.
Yeah, because those two artists do all her music for her.
After 20, listen, Rihanna had no new album on 2015 and was still most streamed artist.
Is a good front woman, but if the people that do your content is doing their own thing, what are you gonna do? That's when she just decided to diversify her.
You do the Drake and go find somebody else to do it for you.
Anyway, with that in mind,
don't hate me because I'm telling the truth.
it's half truth. It is truth, but it's half truth in a way. Anyway, in the U.S., Cardi B was actually named the most streamed female artist. Then it was followed by Miss Grande, Taylor Swift, Nicki Minaj, and Halsey. Invasion of Privacy was also the 4th most streamed album in the U.S. So with that in mind, a couple more top lists for female artists along with Ariana.
Just with that being said, with Cardi B, like, as much as I might not like to say, I mean, it depends on what you look at for an album and critique it for this, that, and the other, but if you're just looking at hits and longevity for the year and this, that, and the other, Cardi B has the album of the year.
Yes.
I mean, how many singles has she had off of that album? About 6?
Bodak Black, I Like It, Be Careful With Me, Ring is now starting to get very big on the radio.
What's the one
Best Life
that's kind of ballad-like?
Be Careful With Me?
Is that it?
Be Careful?
No, not that one.
Ring?
Yeah.
With Kalani, yeah, that's one starting to get more, getting a lot more play now.
And then you got Like It Like That.
Like It Like That. Best Life with her and Chance.
Like going for a good while because of the whole Latin appeal.
Yep.
And then this feature she got on the Meek joint, I think that's gonna be a single.
Now that one I haven't heard yet.
It's ratchet.
It's ratchet. She did okay, but it's gonna be like playable. Like it's not a bad song.
I mean, from the hook to Cardi's verse. Of course, Meek killed it. Like it might be one of them hits off the album. So we might just. I got a knack for calling like second and third singles off of an album, especially if I like the album and I fuck with Meek album like heavy. I've been listening to it like since it came out.
Nice.
Him and JID, his shit dope too. But I think that might be like either the next single or the next one after that. They're gonna definitely. I don't think they're gonna waste a Cardi B feature.
They're not gonna waste Cardi for sure. If Cardi's on the track, you definitely gonna make that a single. I mean, even Adam Levine for our Maroon 5, like the fact he put the Girls Like Me song that was on Red Blue Pills that came out last year, and then you put this on a remix this year. Yeah. Cardi got that got the clout. So,
if anything, Cardi B's name is just bang.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you got her name on your shit, you guaranteed upsell.
Yeah, she stays staying money. A couple more stuff. Just a couple of top lists real quick. To remain the rest of the most streamed albums, Post Malone was also on that list for most streamed albums, along with X-Tenion, Dua Lipa, and Ed Sheeran. And then for the U.S. top albums, it was also number 1 for Scorpion. After that was Post Malone, X-Tenion, again Cardi B, and Post Malone.
Just
so
a callback though for not only was H.E.R. a great concert, but she also did the H.E.R. cover for Rain, which was the song for what's that, Anarchy? Mm-hmm. Sons of Anarchy. She did amazing on that song. Sorry, just doing the callback.
No,
she was flawless, man. She was flawless.
I'm excited. Like I can't wait this next time she comes by. I cannot wait to see her. So with Bullshyt, kind of went a little bit over a lot of stuff that came out Friday. So really, we just want to talk about songs of the week. So Eric, do you have your song of the week?
What's the name of the song? I do have a song of the week. It's JID and Method Man. Jesus, I said I was gonna remember. Where's my phone?
Stragos. kidding.
Have you heard the JID album?
I don't know of JID. I've heard his name, but I don't know his stuff.
So JID is from Atlanta, but he's signed to Dreamville, J. Cole's label.
Oh, okay. No. Okay, I think isn't it called like what's the name of the album again?
DiCaprio 2.
I have heard about the album. I've seen like stuff about it. Yeah, because now I remember because along with him, he's also been pushing Dreamville been also pushing the Ari. So Ari Lennox. So I know that's been also someone else to been pushing. By the way, if y'all have not seen Creed 2, Creed 2 does actually have Ari Lennox and J. Cole on the soundtrack. It's called Shea Butter Baby. Definitely listen to that. The soundtrack in general for the Creed 2 soundtrack is dope, but definitely check out that song. But no, I have heard about him. Yeah, J. Cole, I'm really happy he's been like collaborating more with his artists now.
Oh, that's my dude.
So I was very happy with the Ari single with her and J. Cole. So I'm happy he also did something with J. Cole with his album too.
And I knew it was something that had something to do with weed, but the name of the song is Hot Box. So my pick for the song of the week
usually refers to something else. I'm just saying.
Well, that too.
Send me that song.
Okay. But yeah, so my song of the week is Hot Box by JID, Method Man, and Joey Badass.
What?
Yeah.
Definitely send me that song. I haven't heard Method Man in a hot minute.
Yeah. So I got
well,
you.
not nothing new.
And
yeah, it's
other than off
it's,
of the
but
what's his name? God, not Power Man. Luke Cage soundtrack.
He was on Luke Cage soundtrack?
Yeah, he
I didn't know that.
He did the damn freestyle on Luke Cage.
Oh no, he was on the remix of Tiana Taylor.
Oh, was it?
And how you gonna love me?
There's a remix to that?
There's a remix to that. And it's a Wu-Tang
Don't
remix.
wait. Don't Let Go.
No.
Wait, it's off the new album.
Yeah. Sometimes.
What is the name of this album?
Sorry if I made you feel less than who you are, a little insecure.
Okay.
I forget the name of the song, but that's the song.
I know which one you're talking
But it's a Wu-Tang remix. It got Ghostface. It got Meth.
I don't know this. I have to look it up real quick.
It's on my playlist.
I didn't know that she did a remix with it though.
I have not heard of it.
Well, it's not like it's an official remix, but she didn't do anything new.
Oh, okay.
It's like just the regular verses from on there, and then they spit that shit.
Oh, Gonna Love Me.
Gonna Love Me.
Right.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
How do you spell her name? I always forget how to
T-
spell her name. I got it right.
Teya.
N-A.
Yep.
Taylor. All right.
I need to listen to Gonna Love Me again because I
love
don't
her,
think
by
I
the way.
really. Yeah, she's dope too.
She's dope.
Like I said, keeping the same energy is the shit. So my song of the week, since it's December and since we are in the Christmas season, I wanted to do a little Christmas
Please
song.
don't say Mariah Carey.
It is not. But however, it's actually, since I actually was just briefly mentioning it, was the EP with Ariana with her Christmas EP called Christmas and Chill. So the song of the week for me is True Love, which is on the Christmas and Chill EP. It's a really great song. It's one of my favorite songs off the EP. She does a pretty cool take of the 12 days of Christmas with the song. So basically, like, she starts off with the song saying like, with the first day, you know, you gave me your heart, and kind of going from day 2 to like, you know, we, you know, say I love you, to day 6, you know, we made commitment. It's cute. You know, I like the pre-chorus when she says, you know, she said, you know, he's a real one, I admit it, he can get it. But basically,
For Christmas? He can get it for Christmas?
He can get it for Christmas. I mean, hey, I'm that person. Like, listen, I feel like you can always get it 20. Look, you can always get it, but you can always get it on Christmas. But I always like the chorus.
Think about the package and everything.
Come get these gifts.
Get these gifts. Get these presents. But I love the chorus because the chorus is very simple. She just says, "Look what my true love gave to me, my true love." And just, it's literally that. So I'm just like, hey, it's simple, but I love it. So that's my song of the week.
And 12 inches of D.
Hey.
I gotta be 12 inches.
It was the 12 days of Christmas. It was the first thing that came.
Come through. So with that in mind, yeah, that is my song of the week.
I'm going to be nice. Woo.
That is my
pause
song.
this whole time.
Pause all the things. Yeah, that is my song of the week. It is True Love. So, we're gonna go into some black excellence here today.
Because I got the song of the week too.
Oh,
yeah,
you
that's your
do?
song of the week.
Oh my God! Wait. Okay.
And
No, don't play it. We trying.
Yeah, we're not playing it.
They're gonna bleep it out on YouTube and shit. Stop it. Don't play it.
we're gonna go play a little sample. We
Do-
can get away for a couple seconds.
Okay, now stop.
Now this is Kelly by Kelly Rowland.
Yes, I love that song.
And people been sleeping on Kelly. Like we forgot about.
She
all
came
this
up in the
skinny
shadow
dark
of Beyonce. Of course, people slept on
skin. I
her.
know, people keep
Stop.
trying to say that there's a
People
shadow
will
of
sleep on her
Kelly,
for
but-
her life, like for the rest of her life.
I'm just saying though. We know Beyonce is like everybody else's queen and everything, but Kelly comes in doing her stuff. And
No, she
we
had been
slip
doing
on
her
it.
thing. Like she.
Yeah,
had
no
been.
one I
The
heard.
European market has like embraced her and like given her her own little lane.
No,
But
they
we
have.
not recognized her over here.
I think ever since When Love Takes Over, when she did the song with David Guetta, that honestly, she needs to do like a house Donna Summer-esque. I've always said this. She needs to do that.
Though. I think people slept on Commander.
I don't know.
But
what
here's the
happened,
thing.
though.
But it's still that very house, very like when we started moving from R&B to like more other electric stuff like EDM and house stuff, which is kind of like again us. It was a very good era, but I think people was kind of thinking like we was trying to like be whitewashed. When I'm just like, no, y'all understand like electronic and house music came from us essentially.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that whole album, Commander, and that whole like sound, she is so fit for that. I really hope that she does like in the future, like just a house Donna Summer kind of like project. Like I would give Ever Loving Life,
Like,
but I
this is
love
her-
Kelly. Like
this is her like doing that thing. This is her being like on the wave of right now.
Yes.
and doing it well.
and it's good. I'm very surprised she's using a lot of current trends and it makes it her. So I love Kelly, and that's a really good one. So definitely I appreciate that. People do need to get up on that for more. Definitely Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland is a slept on girl.
Like put her on your calendar, get her shit. Stop treating Beyonce.
Let her
like she's
step out of the
absolutely
shadow
everything.
of Beyonce. That's what, just let her go ahead and take her out that shadow. I mean, because just like I was joking earlier, that's how everybody think though. Like she'll forever be in the shadow of Beyonce.
No, Kelly can
She
send
don't
her
need to be.
home.
We can have two
No,
different
'cause she-
shadows.
yeah.
There are other lightings.
We can have
in
all.
there- out
It
there.
doesn't have to be one, y'all. It does not have to be one.
The sun casts shade on different spots
Right.
at the same
This
time.
is how we
so.
tell time, motherfuckers.
Okay.
Right. We
Sundown.
originally told time by shade. So
Sundown. Right. Sundown on these holes, okay?
Time isn't that.
Sundown.
it was always time for shade.
Okay. Always time, baby. So that is our songs of the week. So definitely check that out. Definitely tell us what your song of the week is. Definitely say that on our email or
Get in them
go-
comments box. It's a perfect time to tell them about the email and social media shit.
Yes, definitely for sure. Definitely check out our social media. Definitely check out the comment box. Definitely email us what you guys would like to speak about. If there are some stuff that y'all just found, send it to us. We love seeing you guys' opinions and articles that you find. So the social media and email again is Beats and Bull. So that is beatsbull@gmail.com. And then as well as Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for Beats Bull.
Beats and bull.
Beats and Bull. I don't know why I did not say the end. I think this is. I think it's.
I think you just like to abuse animals.
I think the liquor's starting to set
Can you?
in.
Can,
That's what I
okay,
think.
I was about to say. Okay, can you feel it kicking in? Can you?
Can you feel it? Can you
Okay,
feel it?
just a little bit of Adam Lambert right then and there. It's Beats and Bull. So Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube is Beats and Bull, and the Gmail is beatsandbull@gmail.com. Definitely give us your comments. Definitely give us, articles and things that you found. We would love to hear that. Tell us your song of the week. We want to be able to engage with you guys. Definitely interact with you guys. Definitely we're getting more active on social media. So definitely send us a DM on Instagram or on Twitter. Send us a message on YouTube. Email us. We'd love to hear your thoughts. With that in mind, we're gonna get into Black Excellence. So the first thing I want to talk about is with the lovely Entertainers of the Year issue that EW does every year. every year. Wow. Anyway, Entertainment Weekly, they do a Entertainment of the Year every year for issues, and this year is being led by Cardi B and the women of Black Panther. So
Cardi B again.
Yeah, so this is a 2 for 2. Basically, there are 4 issues that are being promoted through Entertainment Weekly. Now, Cardi B and the women of Black Panther are covering 2 of the 4 issues. Now, out of 24 entertainers that are identified through EW, these are the most dynamic. 14 are of color, which includes half Filipino star Darren Criss. 7 are black, and more impressively, 15 are women. Identified including the crazy rich Asian women who also graced a cover as well on EW. Now, for Cardi, who is already dominating the best of list of 2018, the magazine laid out facts plainly for those who remain disbelievers and how rare her achievements have been. Writing, the 26-year-old has also surpassed Beyonce to become the first woman to have 5 top 10 singles. And she had all that in the same year she got married and got birth. Similarly, it is a rarity that the supporting characters of a film garner more attention than the praise in the title character. This does include with Angela Bassett, Denai Guerra, Lupita Nyong'o, and Letitia Wright, the main actresses of Black Panther, who, in words of EW, completely stole the show during the revolutionary superhero flick and seemed to inspire the MCU to make great strides in the strong female lead department.
I'm sorry, did you say N-words? Or N-words?
Inwards.
Like
N-words,
going
baby.
N-words. It sounds like
N-words, baby.
That definitely sounds
N-words,
like
not
N-words.
N-words, not nigger, not nigga.
Like these niggas here.
I think, baby, we would have a very, very different conversation.
That's why I was like, whoa, wait.
Wow.
But no, which one of them? Which one of the females? Which one of the women? Because I heard females is offensive now. But which one of the women is the one that played on Walking Dead?
Walking Dead, that was Diane. Yeah, that was no, that was Denai Guerra. She was the one that played on Walking Dead.
I love her.
Yeah. I did like her. She's definitely one I appreciate on the show. I never I don't watch Walking Dead, but I did like her on her character on Black Panther.
She played Tupac's mom in the Tupac movie.
Oh yeah,
and stole the show.
I did remember her.
That's the same with Black Panther.
Same with Black Panther. Stole the show.
Yeah, she's good. Like, I am excited to see where she's going to go. Another honoree that got included this year is Donald Glover. He was also nominated on the honoree for the EW 2018 list. EW states, Donald just gives us permission to be funny, dark, off the beaten path, and be our authentic selves in a way I haven't seen before. Atlanta also scared the fuck out of me, and if other black artists are being honest, it scared the fuck out of them too. Because what Donald did was what he said, I'm going to make something that's amazing and just also happens to be black. There are so many of us who are afraid to be free, but I think he is one of the freest people on the planet.
That raises an interesting question. Does free mean that you have to look and dress like a bum?
That was Eclipse level.
I'm sorry. I mean, I agree with everything that article said, but I mean,
you just cast new moon. You just cast new moon shit on people, like no moon at all. Eternal pitch black. Darkness.
Am I lying?
Instagram is Cliff Jumper Jr. if you want to comment.
Okay.
Read him for filth. I'm just saying.
Please.
Oh shit. I mean, but am I lying though? I mean, I'm just saying.
We talked about Kanye wearing just basic ass colors, so we shouldn't be talking about him dressing like a bum.
Kanye tried.
I mean, I know it's let me take that back because that's completely different. But what I guess I'm trying to say, the clothes doesn't define the man. Anyway.
No, Kanye tried to sell us potato sacks.
Clothes don't define the man. Shit. Shit. And so congratulations to all of the black representatives through EW. This year definitely has been very nice seeing just a lot of TV and cinema being representative in mainstream culture. So we're very excited for that. Next thing is a lovely article from Shadow and Act in regards to a film development on a project that's going on. So this is based off a historical play by Marcus Gardley called The House That Will Not Stand, and is actually being produced as a film. MWM Studios is the company behind the adaptation. According to Deadline, this is the article originated from them. This is going to be pretty much with Gartley along with the H.E.R writer, who's also written for the H.E.R actually. So she's also written for the H.E.R, Marcus Gartley. So if y'all watch the H.E.R, he has also written the script and done all the shows. He is writing the script. Now, this is something that hasn't been explored in Hollywood before, apparently. This is going to be talking about women in the 1800s in New Orleans and being free women. Now, the article states that The House That Will Not Stand is a historical dramedy that is vaguely inspired by The House, Bernardo Alba, by Garcia Lorca, and is set to be set in Fargo Treme in 1813. The characters are free black Creole women who fought against racism and became millionaires through placage, or the practice of common law marriages between white men and black women, biracial women of color, or Native American women. The play, which premiered at the New York Theater Shop this year, was directed by Liliana Belan Cruz and starred Jonis Abba-Prat, Juliana Canfield, Harriet D. Foy, Lydia Grahalat.
Je m'appelle.
I'm trying to be correct, damn it. Gravat, Nidra McClyde, Mary Thomas, and Michelle Wilson. So basically,
wait. After all of them foreign ass names,
the last two.
What was the second to last?
Marie Thomas. I'm sorry, Marie Thomas. Marie Thomas and Michelle Wilson. The last two was like very, very big. Yes. Wow. So this comes to a lot of people clamoring about a different type of story about blackness in America. Something made even more apparent with the amount of backlash. Now, Green Book was one movie that came out earlier this year, but I know Green Book got a lot of flack just about that film.
That was shit.
Flack, really? You have to elaborate for me.
So I guess I haven't seen the book. I haven't read the book and I haven't seen the movie, but a lot of people say that a lot of the stuff that the movie is portraying with the book is false. Like, there's a lot of like low-key racist shit. Like
with the Green Book.
Yes, a lot of people say it's not. Don't quote me because that's what I'm saying. But a lot of people saying that there's a lot of fabrication from what really happened with the movie, what happened with the book, and what is being displayed in the movie. Now they're basically saying there's another side of this shit.
Well, I saw the movie. The movie was. I didn't read the book.
I was actually interested in seeing the movie.
The movie was good.
Makes me reluctant
just like we
first.
spoke to me falling asleep earlier. I knew nothing about that movie, but it was so good it kept me up. So any movie that can do that, like, hey,
pause. Anyway,
right, for real though. So that's definitely gonna be a good look. Definitely seeing a different narrative.
Read the book first.
That's what I'm saying too. I gotta read the book too. So that's a good narrative. We haven't definitely seen something, especially that time.
Don't bring that bitch into
play
this.
me the Green Book. I ain't reading shit.
I'm about to say, we can go ahead and go on Amazon Books and be like.
I was gonna say that, but I'm always looking for the audiobooks too. But you know.
It's nothing bad. There's nothing wrong with a good paperback. There's nothing wrong with a good paperback or a good hardcover.
I don't agree. I don't disagree with that. Yep.
I'm reading the paperback. I'm reading the paperback right now. You can make time.
No, I don't have time.
I do this shit on my lunch.
I can do it in between
You're doing a podcast
You can do
right now.
Make time.
Do
Next on the docket. So the last thing on Black Excellence is actually a pretty cool one. So the Kansas City Ballet is tapping a black ballerina for their Nutcracker production for the very first time.
You're so immature.
Right?
Tapping Nutcracker. Just say it.
This reminds me, actually, low key, if y'all remember Living Single when Maxine was talking about the episode I believe with her mother, where her mother came to town and then she was talking. I think that was the same one episode actually, and she was referring about her being in the Nutcracker, and that was the biggest highlight of her life that gave her joy. And then when she went to the courthouse, and then when she came out into her mom, and then she did the little ballet, that low key gives me those same vibes when I see this. But her name is Whitney Hillnell. She is the second black ballerina within the company. Now, the Nutcracker is getting a new look, which is basically what the article says. This is coming from Relativity. But essentially, the Kansas City Ballet will feature Whitney Hillnell as the Sugar Plum Fairy, which makes her the ballet's first black ballerina in a leading role. The dancer told KH, as in Henry, SB41, that she has been dancing in the Nutcracker for most of her life, and she is very, very happy about this opportunity. I think it will show young dancer of color that they can do anything. Devon Carney, the ballet's artistic director, shared his excitement about the dancer's new role that is finally happening. Now, basically, this is going to be a good thing. According to this Kansas City Star, the 26-year-old joins the KC Ballet in 2014, and as the company's second black ballerina ever hired, she did dance in the Nutcracker last time as the Snow Queen. Now, she does follow the footsteps by native Misty Copeland, who became the very first African-American participator dancer in the American Ballet Theater.
Okay.
And she has went off to do the Nutcracker in the Four Realms. So she is following the footsteps. We're very excited to see just, representation in ballet in general. I've always felt like ballet is such a very great dance form, and we need definitely more people of color, men and women, in ballet. So this is definitely big ups to you, Miss Whitney, showing and paving the path of Miss Missy Copeland. So definitely check that out if you're in the Kansas area with the Nutcracker production.
Okay. I have no full-on experience with that because I grew up in the era of Fame, and so Fame very much represented like the black experience with ballet and everything. And then there was the Cosby Show with Alvin Ailey and all that kind of stuff. So I've always seen black women in ballet coming up, but I've never experienced it within the actual going to the theater and everything to see us if we're actually truly represented.
Yeah.
So,
black people
kind
can
of
do
weird.
anything they put their mind to.
Exactly.
Like, we've done everything. We've done everything.
We definitely have. I think it also comes back like also with access. It's like, it's funny, like now we're at 2018 and so many things us as a community is coming out. Like, we got so many people, from ballets, many people from writing, many people from production, and just even other pockets. I remember listening to another podcast in regards to a woman, I think is in Atlanta or somewhere, I think Tennessee, but she does rock climbing. Like, she has like her own like she like bought like a complex, but it's like she does like rock climbing like sessions and like camps and show people how to do like extreme sports like white water rafting and parasailing and stuff like that. And it's like generally is specifically for those who are in the black community and those people of color. And it's like we can do anything and everything. I think it's just exposure. I think that's the biggest thing. As long as we're exposed to that, we can knock that out like a bat. Like, we can do many kind of ways. So I think that's the biggest thing, just being shown. Like, we can do rugby, we can do everything. And just as long as you got the exposure, you can do it. So definitely, like I said, big up to Miss Whitney for doing that. So that is Black Excellence. Next thing we're going to get into is some LGBT news, talking about the LGBT community. The first thing we want to talk about...
Just say it out loud. We're talking about the LGBTQ.
So I try to simplify.
He got all the letters down pat.
No, I try to simplify LGBT. I didn't trust me. I know the whole thing.
I just don't want you to let the statement of that fade out. Just say it out loud.
What, the LGBTQIATPS?
He just said it wasn't. He didn't have enough energy for me. That's all.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, again, the LGBT community definitely needs its praise, and I'm definitely excited to talk about this. First thing I want to talk about is actually going on in Arizona. Now, this happened this past weekend. Arizona actually had their first Latino Pride Festival, which was actually the first largest gathering in Arizona. So this was actually after a 2-month delay in their scheduling due to rain delay. They host the first Pride Festival on Friday for the Latino community. This was the first LGBT community festival in the state of Arizona that specifically celebrates the Latino LGBT community, the organizer said. Now, Eric Valencias Neri. He has worked with Latino Pride Alliance, which is a Arizona-based nonprofit organization that serves the Latino LGBT community and organized the festival. He did say this is the largest gathering of Latino LGBT in the state of Arizona. We're not only here to really celebrate our Latino community, but also pride in who we are. It's about people being happy and coming together. We want to celebrate together as one. They had a lot of things going on. The festival took place outside of Corona Ranch and Rodeo in South Phoenix, and attendees basically was able to go to a bounce house.
Beach and the ranch are not the two.
Not two different things, y'all. Sorry. You know what? Don't say hush. Beach has sand, a ranch has probably no little grass. So Corona Ranch, y'all. So anyway, it had a couple of things. They had a bounce house, they had a dance hall, and they had just other things.
Sounds like a black birthday party.
Okay. So they also had a DJ. They also had several local health providers come out along with local business and sponsors. Different local drag queens were performing, lip syncing throughout the day with different kind of performances. It looks like a couple of political figures came out today as well in regards to the festival. It was just pretty much a good event. Basically, with a lot of people in Arizona, this was a very good thing to show. So especially, giving the LGBT community, especially the Latino community, their own, day, which is pretty nice. So that's definitely good. Big ups to Arizona for that. In regards to that, I think it's pretty nice, especially for a lot of cities, especially with Arizona being just like a major city. It's very nice to have that. I know they had their own like pride before them to kind of do a Latino pride, especially in that area. A lot of Latino people are there. That's really nice to show. So next thing we got going on in the news of LGBT is also with Ryan Murphy. So Ryan Murphy did just got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this past weekend. Mm-hmm. And essentially he also is starting a new initiative. So back a couple of days ago,
new initiative.
he was actually over. This was this past weekend. So this was actually on Monday. Actually, there was the Trevor Live Gala that happened in LA, and he hadn't announced any initiative that he is doing. He announced an initiative calling Pose Gives Back. So for those who don't know, Pose has been a recent project that Ryan Murphy has done. Pose is a series on FX that talks about women, trans women in the community and also the LGBT community in the 80s. Very good show. If y'all have not seen it, I strongly recommend Pose. It's probably one of the best projects Ryan Murphy has ever done. I was very skeptical about this project, especially when you're talking about trans women, LGBT, and HIV, which was very, prevalent in the 80s. So he did a very great job. All the women who played the roles was very great. Definitely is one of his best projects, I think, in regards to what he's done. So definitely check that out. If you have FX or FX Now, definitely check that out before season 2 comes on. But basically, the Pose Give Back initiative is going to help politicians with LGBTQ views, pro LGBTQ views. So basically, you want to basically just rid and eradicate a lot of the politicians that have anti-LGBTQ views. So he has stated in 2020, I'm going to create and fund a corporation sponsorship, a multi-million-dollar organization that targets anti-LGBTQ candidates running for office, Senate and congressional candidates who think they can get votes hurting and discriminating against us. We can get votes too. Okay. Now, this initiative will financially support 20 candidates who are running against politicians with anti-LGBTQ issues and views across the country. He went out to call out certain politicians, such as Steve King and Susan Collins, who wants to vote out. And basically, this is going to be pretty nice. I mean, with the midterms and a lot of stuff changing in regards to, midterms and stuff, this is going to be pretty nice. So, in regards to this is another great initiative, just to bring out in regards to, the LGBT community. So, we'll definitely be checking this out on 2020. So, definitely big up to Ryan doing this initiative, to help out just politicians, getting out pro LGBT views.
That's good. Me and Ryan Murphy have our ins and outs.
Oh.
Like sometimes I shut up. God,
stop.
Just been pausing me all night.
Go back to sleep. Sometimes Ryan Murphy is like too forward with his.
He's not. He's a Capricorn. He's a Capricorn as well, so he can be a little much. Yes. Yes, baby. He's part of the tribe.
But yeah, he can be a little too forceful with his point of view. So
I low-key think he might got some fire in his chart, but that's just my opinion. I mean, he definitely can be a little blunt and a little bit too forward in a lot of things. So that's what I'm saying.
That's kind of a Capricorn thing, actually.
It is a Capricorn thing, but he's also very expressive. So that's what I'm saying. I think he has some. I'm into astrology and all that, so that's why I'm kind of pointing it out.
Subject,
which is a whole nother subject. So that's why I think
he's a bit too forceful with his point of view, but I like that he's kind of. He's found some gradients in between to work with.
Not some gradients.
Yes, I mean, he has like I mentioned the whole Pose project when he brought that out back in 2016, saying that he's going to start doing a TV series about trans women.
And what was the series he had on NBC with the gay couple? Oh, that one was so on the nose. It was just painful.
Was that the one with Nene Leakes on that one?
Don't give me the line on names. I just know it was on NBC, and it was just so hammering your face. It was just like, okay, come on now, stop. You're just going a bit too far. But I have to commend him for taking his platform and pushing it when you could, because some people who are supposed to be for us don't do that all the time.
Oh, I lied. But, I lied. He's not a Capricorn. He's actually a Scorpio. Why did I thought he was a Capricorn? November 9th.
What the fuck?
I don't know why I thought Capricorn. Sorry. Yeah. That's definitely a little bit more for Taurus. That's definitely a little bit more Taurus out.
I'm gonna get so much hate on this.
I don't know why. You said what?
I said I'm gonna get so much hate on this.
Dead.
Did this nigga squeal?
Me and Scorpios have not been the most famous of friends, but
on the new normal that was on NBC.
Scorpio. Anyway,
we'll talk after the show with that one.
Right.
No, the new normal was what he did with NBC. So I did remember that. That was the one with me.
It was so just hammered to your face. It was a bit much.
That was definitely much.
You have to get breadcrumbs when you're trying to lead, these people to their trough. So
yeah, so no, definitely big up to Ryan. I'm happy he got his star. He's definitely deserved it for all that he's done. And
he's been putting this stuff out there and making us making LGBTQ issues very well known and upfront, and showing that these are issues that we all share.
Yeah.
Rather than this just being about a certain community of people. So
yeah, especially. So definitely excited about that. So that's pretty much what's going on with the LGBT news. So definitely that is good to hear with these good titles. Next thing I want to talk about is tech shit. So just real short about tech shit going on. The first thing we want to talk about is with Tumblr, which has been a very, very big thing going on this week. So Tumblr, it has
the
been...
bullet in the foot of the decade.
Tumblr has officially announced and is blatantly shown on all websites and apps. Tumblr will be permanently banning all adult content starting December 17th in a move to eradicate porn-related communities on the platform and just altering how the service is used. Now, this is coming after allegations and proven proof that child pornography was put onto the website. This was announced earlier that basically some images basically went through the filter system and just basically they stated that it just went through. Some stuff went through and ended up going out, and it was removed right after, but it was basically put into child pornography. Now, Apple has already removed the iOS.
Let's just be blatant. Like, they only did this because of Apple's endeavors to
ban the app. Yeah,
to clean up their own name in association with Tumblr.
Exactly. So with that in mind, this is coming off after with iOS and Apple removing the Tumblr app from its store. So they have now announced that adult content will no longer be here. Basically, flatly said out on Monday. Now, banned content will include photos, videos, and GIFs of human genitalia, female presenting nipples, and any media involving sex acts, including
nipples. Really? Okay.
Nipples. Involving sex acts and including illustrations. Wow.
Did you say insertations?
Insertations, illustrations, imitations. The exceptions include new classical statues and political protests that feature nudity. Now, the new guidelines exclude text. So erotica remains permitted. Illustrations and art that feature nudity are still okay as long as sex acts are depicted, and so are breastfeeding and after-birth photos. Now, after the 17th, any explicit photos will be flagged and deleted by algorithms. So anyone that has current content that is adult content, it will be flagged by the algorithm and notifying them that their content will soon be hidden from view. Posts with porn content will be set to private, which will prevent them from being reblogged or shared elsewhere in the Tumblr community. Now, ever since this had occurred, people are basically being upset. People are trying to find alternatives. I mean, the running joke from a lot of people are saying people are running now to Twitter, just because, now Twitter is being able to show a lot more content that's a little more risque.
If I'm not mistaken, even because of this, in light of Apple's action and everything, even Twitter has stated that they're going to start doing the same as Tumblr and getting rid of all of the porn content.
Yeah, so I'm just saying,
I'm gonna put this out there. Believe it or not, I'm fairly new to the whole idea and aspect of Tumblr being for porn.
I remember seeing Tumblr being with porn, I think, since 2014.
Yeah, I was never that guy that was looking at Tumblr for
porn. I was always looking at websites.
I was a bit late.
I was looking at websites, and then, Tumblr didn't come into ours when I got into college, and that's when I started looking into all that stuff. But my thing about it was this started really happening last year and a half. You start seeing other platforms. I mean, you start seeing ConnectPal started being more shown on the Tumblr. People start putting stuff on Tumblr and ConnectPal. Now you got OnlyFans coming out, which is another service which is really more a popular service that a lot of people have been using, right? And so it's you start already seeing people was starting to get compensation of doing these things, showing their ass, their nipples, their breasts. Sexual acts. They were already doing this.
Yeah, here's my thing though.
People was already moving out of Tumblr.
From what I've discovered from word of mouth and people I've been around, that Tumblr's basic aspect and draw is the fact that you can get porn so easily upon it. So the fact that
you can literally get whatever you want on Tumblr.
Yes, you can.
So the fact that you're Xing out this community that so hardcore goes for your project because of that. You don't want to make
money no more.
Right.
I guarantee you, once
aren't you
this happens,
completely shooting yourself in the damn, not even the foot, you shooting yourself in the fucking head for your revenue.
They're going to go out of business.
Right.
Mark my words.
And then Twitter's going to follow suit, basically just because Apple says so, and they're not even the number one platform for smartphones and getting this kind of media.
Yeah,
it just sounds asinine to me as far as a money wise decision. So are you really trying to extinct yourself?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So I guarantee you, once all them people leave and go to Twitter gonna be
Twitter's doing the same thing though. They said they're gonna do the same thing.
Not yet though.
Eventually, they probably will. But for right now, they're just gonna get everybody from Tumblr to Twitter. So trust me, you're just gonna start seeing Twitter be a lot more filthy. And then once they get to a point where it's we can't take no more, and then they're gonna start clamping girls down. So,
well, they are. Aren't they owned by Facebook now too?
No, Twitter's not owned by Facebook. Twitter is still kind of their own entity. I don't know. I think they did get. I don't think they got bought out still, but they're still on their own entity. So. They are still there.
I'm just I wonder how if this is going to actually stand. I mean, money talks.
They definitely do.
When they see that that profit margin dwindle, I wonder if they're gonna actually keep this as a thing, or are they gonna silently open up another product in which this stuff is free?
You got the Vine creators starting over Byte next year, so shoot, if they want to make another product, they can definitely reinvent the wheel. So that's definitely true. So
yeah,
I mean,
all those little like corporate those little side corporate names, and which ones they're actually connected to.
Yeah. So hey, that's all you really gotta do. So definitely, I mean, it's the end of the era. I think Tumblr definitely kind of thinking back about it. Like the fact it came out so recently, like back in the mid 2000s, and now it's kind of like almost the end of the era because everybody know Tumblr of like this stuff. So now it's kind of like,
if anything, like water, porn finds a way.
Okay, it will find its way, child. So definitely it is not the end. So that would be that with Tumblr. The other thing in regards to tech shit is a very disheartening thing if you are a binge watcher in regards to a lot of shows.
No, you're scaring me.
And TNT and Hulu is starting to plan to start running ads when you start streaming TV shows and when they are being paused. So a pause ad is starting to come out in 2019. This is coming out from Verge and a report from Variety. Now, as more video streaming and viewing is starting to occur, you gotta start making dollars. So basically what's going on is Hulu and AT&T are both apparently starting to get a new type of ad that will run when you pause a video, like a TV show on DirecTV or a movie on Hulu, according to Variety. As binge watching viewing happens more and more, it is natural that they're going to pause. Now, with this in mind, they're basically just going to like pause. The so-called pause ad will come out sometime next year. And basically, the pause will provide a natural break in the storytelling experience. So basically, long story short, when it gets to a point y'all pause and y'all feel like y'all want to take that break, we're going to hit an ad right for you right then and there.
Find a way to play these ads and pay these bills.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, you're going to have to.
Okay, I've been rocking with Hulu for even before it became the paid service and with the damn commercials that it was. This has kind of always been a thing, though. You pause the video and try to play it again, they'll start the damn commercial right there. So, is this actually anything new? Because that's what prompted me to pay the extra money.
She don't know that.
With the way they gonna do it, it's gonna be new.
Yeah. She don't know that because she paid for no commercials.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what prompted me to pay for no commercials.
She paid for no commercials.
They started doing that crazy shit because I would pause the video and then I'll try to play it again after I walked away, and then it starts immediately playing the commercial. So this doesn't sound like anything new to me.
Yeah.
Like, you have to tell me, like, is it really going to be something different? Or is this just the same old, but you're just not finally announcing it?
Exactly. So that's the thing about that. So AT&T will be doing a similar style in 2019 as well. They stated, we know you're going to capture 100% of viewability when they pause and unpause. There's a lot of value in that experience. There is, of course, a natural adversarial relationship at play here with strong arguments on both sides. Of course, we don't like ads. I mean, us as a people, we don't like ads, so that's a thing. So basically, they're just kind of like it's kind of a catch. It's a catch 2020.
I can see some merit to it. Like when you pause something, and usually we pause to go to the bathroom to go fix something in the kitchen. Let's be honest. So if you tailor your commercials in that moment to be audio. An audio experience where
you can play them motherfuckers. Ain't
that's
nobody
fine.
gonna watch them.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'm gonna sit there and zone out, pick up my phone, answer text messages. I'm gonna do everything I need to do.
I just wonder what exactly does this entail. Like, are you gonna actually make content that's based upon you actually going away to like use the bathroom and go to the kitchen or do what the fuck you ever gonna do? Into which, like, maybe within this time frame that you're doing this things, that is might actually catch your attention to like bring you to the yard to like pay for some stuff. I don't know. It just sounds like it doesn't sound like you're doing anything new to me because you've already been playing commercials after I paused the video and then tried to start it again.
That's all it is. They're finding more ways to force ads down your throat because they have to play those in order they have to play those in order to make money, in order, like, I always wonder how these streaming services and everything work. You pay your little $9 a month or $11 a month or whatever, and
at this point. 12 at this point for none of that bullshit.
Right. Like, and then it's like, how do they make their money? But these ads is how they make their money, because they know they got this audience of these people that's paying so much per month, and like, okay, well, we'll give you this bag to play our ads during this time or whatever. So I mean, I get it. That's another way to make sure that they're upholding their end of the bargain with the people that they're, you know, in bed with, as far as the pause, as far as the ads and everything, because you know they have a quota that they have to play during your show. You have to play our ad X amount of times or whatever. So that's just them trying to find another way to make sure that they're hitting their.
I'm
their
just a bit over it, because during this whole ad apocalypse that they were facing at a while, I think maybe 3-4 years ago, they had actually decided to start doing product placement again.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that people were like skipping over commercials and things. I'd rather have that.
How you gonna do product? How you gonna do product placement in the podcast?
No, not the podcast though. But as far as actual
sponsorships,
TV media shit, but they were like actually incorporating these sponsorships within the damn movie, the TV shows and the movies and shit, trying to make them organically part of the story. I'm completely fine with that shit. It may come off as a little slightly awkward, but I'd rather you do that than like completely taking me out of my experience. Just show me some damn ads I just don't really give a fuck about.
Yeah.
I'd rather you show me the product in use during the damn TV show or whatever, and then I might get hooked on it that way. Other than that, I'm not really there for you force feeding me what you want me to consume. So, I don't know. I wish they'd rather do that than just force commercials on us just because, hey, you're pausing the video, or because we need to make some money some fucking how, and we're going to interrupt your day. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing with that. I mean, like you said, you gotta pay the bills to make money. So definitely with AT&T and Hulu, this is not a surprise that they're doing all of this. But like I said, definitely for those who, I think this definitely they're trying to hit more of the people who's not paying for non-commercials. Now, it's going to be very disheartening, and if they do try to start hitting people who's paying for non-commercials, then that's going to be a problem. But I think it's just going to be for the first tier of folk, especially for Hulu. AT&T, of course, they can't stop that. I don't think they have like a non-commercial thing, but definitely for Hulu, you just gotta just bear with commercials. So that is Tech Sheet.
Take it, bitch.
Take this shit. So that is it for Tech Shit. So if you guys have any good tech articles or stuff that's going on in the tech world, definitely send that out over to beatsandbull@gmail.com. Definitely, we appreciate that. Definitely want to get more to more Afro tech. So if you guys know about any Afro tech articles, just anything in the black community with tech, definitely send that to us. We definitely want to get those articles as well. So, last thing on the docket is Bullshit of the Week. We have a lot of shit, and I think at this point we're at 2 hours at this point.
There's too much shit to fucking flush at this point.
So, we can save some stuff for next week if you like, but I do want to talk about...
Hey, we in the home stretch. We might as well go ahead and knock it out the park.
Okay. All right. First off, so do you want to do... Let's do this, because I feel like if we do this in order, we're going to get very distracted. So I'm going to do least important to for sure what we want to talk about. The first thing I'm going to talk about is an article that occurred in regards to a preschool assistant. Now, this was announced...
Stop.
Should we?
Preschool
assistant.
Bullshit of the week.
Yeah.
Let's give it some rope. Let's see who it's going to talk.
It's already bullshit of the week. How much rope can you get?
Okay. So a preschool assistant accidentally served students pine sol instead of apple juice. This was according to a article in Hawaii, in Honolulu. ABC 7 had announced at a preschool last week that an assistant was accidentally pouring the cleaning fluid with their morning snacks and gave it to the babies. Now, the health department said that they saw a yellow-brown colored liquid container on the cleanup cart in the kitchen and returned it to the classroom with it. A 4-year-old girl and a 5-year-old boy was examined and treated with both but had no sign of sickness, which is good. They said that the Pine Sol was labeled, so how Sis made the mistake remains a mystery. This is also on the Shade Room, by the way. The school staff said its members must undergo training and they will advise their snack time flow, meaning Sis won't be doing that anytime soon. So here's my thing.
That's kind of my point. How do you actually...
How do you not know between the difference of Pine Sol and apple juice?
Right.
First distinct difference. Every mofo that
open that shit.
Thank you.
Right,
if you
the
know you
smell.
clean with Pine Sol, that is a smell you cannot go away. That is something you know right in the day if your mama or personally had used before.
Like, yeah, even if you mistakenly put it in the fucking refrigerator,
You would
and
know.
you can't read English.
You would know.
You would know.
I think we should make a mistake and give her some Pine Sol. That's
Okay.
what we should do.
Oh my god.
Definitely bullshit.
I'm like, that
I'm
is-
surprised some parent did not take her out.
I'm like, for real. And like,
I would be that parent.
I'm surprised no one has like filed charges. I'm glad that the two kids are okay.
Charges.
You just opened
The only
up
charge that I would be like charging her would be me physically charging at her.
Tuh.
I mean, she would get the ass whooping first, but I would still charge. Shit. She getting the ass whooping and my money.
Charging to give her
Getting
the
everything.
ass whooping that she deserved.
Get everything in both. So that is definitely some issues there.
Test me with my fucking kids. I will end you in a hot fucking millisecond.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That is.
Y'all don't want to get ended.
Yeah, I don't want to get the smoke now. Don't want the y'all don't
I'm
want the
just
smoke
pissed off
shit.
at this. I gotta take a break. I gotta take a break.
Like I need to
can't even
stop.
fucking imagine this shit.
Yeah, that's
Oh
definitely
my
a
God.
thing. That's definitely a thing. But yeah, hopefully that. I'm just glad the babies are okay. So the next thing we want to talk about is Bullshyt of the week is in regards to Offset and Cardi B. Now, this is a two-parter.
Hold up. So, let's just acknowledge the fact that Cardi B has made it on the podcast 3 times.
Today, yes.
What do you mean just 3? I think it's a little bit more than that at this point.
Well, I mean, she went from Black Excellence to Bullshit of the Week. I mean, that's talent right there.
Yeah, she spanned the entire spectrum of our
She,
But for real,
that takes talent right there.
yeah. So this is definitely more on the I would say more of the concerning end in regards to Cardi B. So this is coming from Media Takeout. So I will definitely just take this on a grain of salt. But this has been claims that basically that Offset has been cheating again, and especially with Cardi B. Now this time,
surprise.
So
this
she
is
offset Cardi B with someone else.
Hell no. Ba-doom.
Let me.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Cole. So, Offset has been reportedly being caught with a threesome with another female rapper.
Trying to have a threesome.
Right.
Allegedly?
He didn't even have it.
There were attempts, but not ever happened at all.
I don't know how
Now,
that goes.
he is being accused of offering to have a threesome with another female rapper of the name of Cuban Doll. Now, this is coming from Cuban Doll.
Cuban Doll.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's the name, right.
So this is coming off from a friend that actually used to be friends with Cuban Doll, and she started to make allegations in regards to their relationship. Now, basically, a former friend to female rapper Cuban Doll is spilling all of the tea going on with the two individuals. So basically, it looks like they're trying to get a threesome going on, and basically she felt that she was just, putting Cardi to the side and just talking to Offset. The friend claims that Offset wanted to have a relationship with Cuban Doll and one of her girlfriends, and then Offset offered to pay for a flight and bring Cube to Atlanta for a menage a trois. Now, the alleged incident said it happened late June when Cardi was 8 months pregnant, so I don't know if she was still having sex at this time or this is false, but there are screenshots that shows that Offset was texting Cardi and saying that she want to have Cuban Doll come through and saying that's okay, we can do what you want to do, and then her friend basically is staying up on Insta on her story saying you was gonna have a threesome with Offset and another girl, you want to be cool with Cardi so bad. It was texting Offset. So it's interesting, especially with everything that just came out recently with Cardi and with Offset. Now, what happened actually last night, just kind of add things to this, that Cardi B had officially announced on Instagram that her and Offset are no longer a couple. She says in the clip, "I've been trying to work things out with my baby father for how many now? And we're really good friends and we're really good business partners, but we got a lot of love for each other. But things haven't been working out for us for a long time. It is nobody's fault. I just guess we grew out of love because we're not together anymore. There's always a lot of love for him because he is my daughter's father." Now, apparently, with that same piece, thank you. He had a comment on that and confirmed the news saying, "Y'all won." Now, before we get into this,
one as in W-O-N? One?
Y'all as in W''ALL space 1 WON. Now, before we get into this, timing seems now this is the article coming from Hip Hop DX. So basically, with this in mind, saying the timing seems very odd considering that actually Offset is bringing out his first solo album on the 14th.
Okay,
so he is the last one bringing out his solo project this year, and they feel that it's very odd this is going on. Now, last week, the pair was apparently happy when they was at an Atlanta Hawks game when they fought the Celtics in Atlanta. Now, rumors, of course, again tie in saying that there was a threesome with Cuban Doll. Twitter quickly exploded with reactions. Everybody was saying all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. But everybody kind of feel on the fence where it's like, oh shit, she actually is breaking up with him. A lot of people are saying it's a promo run because apparently the first single that's coming out is called Y'all Won with Cardi B. So the bullshit of this is, first of all, we know Office is a cheater. I mean, the fact that we know that Offset had cheated with Cardi B with other women, and then also with, of course, Queen Radio coming out earlier this year with Nicki, putting on the allegations of Offset, cheating with another stripper as well. So it wouldn't be surprising that these two would be doing a very big business move. I'm just reading what it is. This is not a personal opinion. They could be pulling a business move.
Really? You don't say.
They could be pulling a business move knowing these two and basically just promoting her man's single. That could be also another thing, but a lot of people on Twitter are saying, oh, well, I'm happy. Oh, this is a very savage move and this and the third.
That sounds so damn Love and Hip Hop fabricated. It's just so fucking trying. I don't even want to acknowledge this bullshit. Like, are we doing this for real?
Right.
Are we
like, is this a real thing?
Or you just pretend like this is just not the most
is this a real thing?
blatantly fabricated bullshit ever? Are we doing that?
Now, I didn't see the full video, but apparently everybody was saying that she was like topless and she had a very customer service like voice. When she was doing the announcements, I'm like, this comes back to Kevin Hart fucking saying I'm esteemed and shit. It's just like this girl is trying to give so much like attention. I say it as this. Cardi B is a very interesting person. She's definitely had a very interesting career. She's had definitely interesting trajectory. This ain't surprising, and I want to be surprised if she is signing up with her man to promote his single and give y'all some hype so y'all can listen to the single. I would not be surprised.
The most surprising thing I find out of this is that she has such great people behind her that are willing to
listen. Cardi got Atlantic Records.
Bullshit, they can't. They push this bitch.
She got Atlantic Records and Quality Control. I'm sorry, you have a very good label and you with a damn management group that loves you. I think you're good at this point. Yes. So I think it's literally just promo.
On point. Because they know just where the money lies, and this is with Scandal, and they are like pushing it to the damn end. All right, make your bank.
That's the thing with that.
At you.
So that's definitely a thing with that.
And with that, I give me a solid saluting whatevs.
Right.
The W.
Right. So I mean, with all the allegations, especially with the threesome situation, I find it as this. We know Offset has been known to be a cheater, so I wouldn't be surprised if this has happened. Cardi, I do feel like she's kind of like at this point just playing the game. So if it does come,
I hate to even call this out as a cliche and everything. I'm gonna come off really wrong, but I'm just gonna do this shit. People within the lifestyle that she came up within are very down with the open relationship. Mm-hmm. Like sex is bullshit to them because they know it's just sex.
Mm-hmm. Look, Cardi come from the strip. Listen, Cardi come from the strip club.
Bullshit.
Yes.
So the fact that he's cheating with other women, they probably not even cheating. They were probably in an open relationship from the fucking start. She doesn't give a fuck about anybody, like whoever he's sticking his dick in. She doesn't care.
Cardi come from
about what's coming home.
Boom. Thank you. Cardi come from the strip club, and she's been in the strip club for so many long years, so she knows how the game goes. She understands even an Offset where it's like, I understand you fucking with these girls and shit like that. As long as you coming home to me, all that matters.
We know she's that chick. She's not.
All she cares is as long as you're coming home to me, and you taking care of this chillins,
right?
You take care of your other chillins, we good. That's all she really cares at this point. So that's really what it is.
Like, none of this shit even reads right if you really put the whole thing in perspective. It just sounds like, actually, I guess that's why it's on this segment. It just sounds like bullshit.
Yeah, that's the kind of struggle with that as well. But, you know, I just really do hope that, you know, this, if it is, you know, a like I mentioned before, if it is, you know, a promo, it is a promo, but if not, then it is not. So yeah. So the main thing we want to talk about with bullshit of the week is Real Sidechicks of Charlotte in regards to what's going on. So basically we talked about this last week. And Eric, you know, had basically volunteered to start watching it. I'm not gonna lie, I drank to the Kool-Aid. And because we were recording, I wanted to watch it, so I had an idea of what's going on, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched reality shows since 2015, 2016, so it's been like a good 2 to 3 years. When I saw the first episode, I shit you not, because I'm like, here's the thing, with reality shows, I'm a person who talks to the TV when it comes to reality shows with stuff like that. So when things like that happen, I'm like, oh shit, what the hell? What are you doing? Literally the first 2 minutes of the show, when you find out Nisha and her girlfriend Ren up in the bed, and you see Nisha's man that she was messing with at the time comes in.
What was it, Cardi Boy or?
No. That's at the end. That's the end of episode 1.
Okay, what's the boyfriend's name?
So I can't remember the girl, the guy that. No, so this is like starting off at the beginning. No, that was Lynette. Lynette was messing with Playboy Freeze and Twan the Dude. That's the 2 guys that she's messing with. Now the first episode, not even 2 minutes. And I counted this shit because I watched it on YouTube. Not 2 minutes in the show, and this girl Nisha and her damn dude, and her dude is going in it, arguing and this, that, and the third. Next thing you know, start seeing her wrapping her legs and shit, doing the damn damn hold on the dude on the bed while you got your girl on the side. And it was just crazy because it's like literally the first 3 minutes of the show with the first episode. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you're already going buck. And then we started learning about the women. It looks like really. So I kind of at this point kind of figure out, like, when you do like this whole like lineup with the girls with any kind of show, like Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Orange County, Real Housewives of New York. When you do the lineup, you kind of, you know, the first couple of girls they show love hip hop. The first girls they show, you know, is like the main girls they're showing on the season. So on the very first time you see the show, I think it's Lynette, Brixie, and I think one other girl that's like third in that. I think it's Nisha. So I think it's Nisha, Lynette, and Bricks. Those are the three main girls that are shown the first time on like the rollout. So typically, like, the main girls are typically the ones that show the main story. So far, you're seeing, Lynette got the main line. You see Nisha got the main line. You see Brixie got the main line. And there's other girls. I think the other girls' names are Shadora.
Shadora. Yes.
Deanna.
Yeah, that one I remember because I was like,
Storm.
Is it
You're doing this off of memory?
Maybe yes.
Okay, so the names. I wasn't even gonna try. I remember the names, but like putting faces with the names and all that.
Oh, I know faces, baby.
Okay. Well,
so the first one they show is Lynette. The first one they show is Lynette.
The one that was beating old boy ass for popping up in her house.
Yeah.
While she was in the bed with her bitch.
No, that's Nisha.
Okay.
Wow. He really.
So who was Lynette?
Lynette's okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this disclaimer. We're only giving shade. No, I'm doing this disclaimer. We're doing shades. If y'all have not known the show, I'm giving shades because of just town context. Lynette is the light skinned one. The one
the thick one, the one that
that's messing with the two rappers.
Okay, yeah, the really light skinned one. She
the
with the
creepy ass nigga.
Twan the dude.
The stalker.
Twan the dude.
That's the one she's messing with currently. And Playboy Cardi Freeze is the one that she was.
Boy? It's something boy because I know
Cardi Boy is Cardi Boy. Carrie. It's Carrie Boy.
Carrie
all right. Carrie Boy is Deanna's boy.
Yeah, because I realize that both of them don't seem to realize what their gender is without help.
Okay. So. Yes, because Carrie Boy knows Playboy Freeze, and Playboy Freeze was with Lynette. Lynette is not feeling Playboy Freeze because she feels that he's being a stalker. And she met Twan the Dude recently. She's trying to get with Twan the Dude. So on the housewarming party on the first episode, when you had everybody come in, and when she found out Deanna told Carrie Boy that they were having the housewarming party for Lynette, and she indiscreetly told Carrie Boy to invite Playboy Freeze. That was the issue going on with the first moment. Thank you. When the first thing happened, Tiffany, that's the other girl that I forgot too. Yes. So you have Lynette. Now I remember now. You have Lynette, Nisha, Brixie, Shadora,
Bricks,
Tiffany. Bricks. I call her Brixie. It's Bricks, but I call her Brixie. She's a baby. She's still learning. Literally after that first episode, she's learning.
So learning disability.
She's so learning. It's low key, and I hate to say this. It's always the white girl that feels like she's always behind when it feels like everybody know their role in regards to that. Perfect example was Arby. She knows her role. She knows her role and she plays it well. The fact that this girl feels like, oh, I'm blindsided about this, is like, girl, you are at the same role as everyone else. So yes, you have Lynette, you have Bricks, you have Nisha, which is kind of like the main girls they're showing for the season. Then you got Shadora, then you got Tiffany, then you got Ralph, which is the hairstylist. Then you have Zarby, then you have Tiffany, then you have Storm, and I think that's all the girls. And then I said Ralph. No, Ralph is kind of like the brown skin girl.
No, Storm is the dark skin one.
Shadora is the dark skin one.
No, Storm was dark skin too.
Storm is like, she's dark skin, but
she's like the darkest one. Yeah.
Well, that's another conversation. So in regards to the first episode basically kind of getting to know the girl. So basically, you got Nisha. She's coming from a relationship from a dude that is married, and now she's dipping in the lady pond with this girl she knows called Ren. In the first episode, like I mentioned, the first 3 minutes, they lay in the bed. Her ex dude comes into the damn house saying, "What you doing here?" And they fighting and arguing and shit. And ends up posting a damn video. I don't know, it was on Twitter or Instagram, just saying that he was going to jail.
Did you notice there was no security
at all?
Of course not. The fact that they always had the cameras right on spot for this drama too.
Okay, I was like, damn.
With handhelds.
At all times. So then you got, Nisha. Then you got Lynette. Lynette basically, she's messing around with two dudes. She was previously playing with this guy named Playboy Freeze, and she mentioned on the first episode, in a brunch along with Deanna and Tiffany, which was introduced later in the series, she wasn't feeling him. She feel like, he was being a stalker, and that he has feeling like he's so deep into this, and she's kind of like at this point like, I know my role. I'm kind of, it is what it is. I mess with you. I mess with other dudes. It is what it is. She also mentioned that she's messing with a new dude named Twan the Dude, which is from New York. She's feeling him. She's getting ready to get moving to his new condo and basically all of that. So we're finding out how she's dealing with these Zoots. Bricks, she's messing with this guy named Nikki Bands, and basically she's finding out that, she's not the only woman in this situation. There's another woman named Zarby, which is also on the cast, that he's messing around with, and then basically he has, like, a wife that's being, told on the second episode. Then you got Shadora, that, is starting to become an actress, and she's starting to do her own thing. Storm, that, she works on the strip club, and essentially she's trying, create a life for herself outside the strip club and working on the pole. So the first episode was ratchet. There was definitely shade, there was definitely fights, there was definitely drama, and it kind of reminded me of like some of the earlier stuff, like early Bad Girls Club, Flavor of Love stuff. I don't really watch reality shows. I stopped watching, like I said, back in like 2015, 2016. But honestly, I got hooked on it. Like the first episode, I was like, oh, okay, I can watch this. And then I was like, it was like 12:55 last night, and I was like, I'm tempted to watch another episode. Should I watch the second episode? And I was like, let's go ahead and do it. I might be watching this for some time.
I can't. I literally am just watching it because I know it would be talked about. I'm at the point in my life where I just cannot. Yeah. I just can't be there for it. I can't support it. I cannot push it forward just because it's just us in media. There comes a point where we need to like recognize that this is not a good look for none of us. We were raised that when we go out there, we have to represent us as a whole. Mm-hmm. And you would like to think that it's changed over these decades, but it has not.
No, it has not. It definitely has not.
So fucking ever. And so I'm all about giving us a diversified look of who the fuck we are, but constantly, this is, at least in mainstream media, it's starting to like filter a little bit different in like film and everything. But as far as television media, this is still what they see us as fucking coons making jokes of ourselves, living the most ratchet lifestyle ever. Like, we up here trying to like make this money and everything, and it's all at the detriment of our character.
Yeah.
And I just cannot support that shit. And I feel a bit dirty that I'm actually watching this shit and taking it in because I know we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, especially when I was talking to Eric about this the other week in regards to, covering this. Definitely that's why I want to put a bullshit of the week, because it's kind of just us just talking and shooting shit about it, but it does kind of show, like, how the whole reality show aspect of, black women especially, had to keep doing these things just to kind of get some sort of representation, promotion. And the fact is, side chicks, I mean, housewives, I could understand, because it's like, at least you married to the guy, or it's some sort of title or some sort of commitment, where it's like, literally these women, some of them know they role, they understand, I'm just here fucking to do, and I'm here to get money, which is fine. And then some other people, it's kind of like Storm. Storm's story to me isn't a side chick. Like, it sounds like her and Noah, which the guy she's dating with, it sounds like they're just together. It doesn't sound like he got another girl. So I don't know why she's considered a side chick.
Well, okay, well, let's be honest. Like, there's certain things that have not completely come out.
That is true.
We don't discover the second episode that dude was married.
That is true. So we don't know. That is true. We don't know what's going on with Storm and Noah. But it's like, so far, the people who are like, I do like Storm. I like her hustle. Like, as someone who's about the bag, about the money. Now, do I agree with her staying on the club? No. I think here's the thing. I don't mind you strip. I don't mind you being on the clubs. I don't mind you doing that, right, as long as you have an idea to move out of that.
Yeah, that was my point. Like, we still haven't learned enough of her story to know that she has any other goals past that.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Which is what I would hope.
Yeah, so I would hope, And she sounds like she's a smart girl. She definitely want to expand herself. So that's definitely a good thing to hear. The other person that I do like is Lynette. I do like Lynette in a way where it's like, she reminds me of one of my old friends, which is funny, like, where she is ratchet. She can be ratchet, but she tries to kind of, like, keep the peace in a certain way And in a way, I mean, like, she kind of feel like she's kind of like the glue. Because if you kind of see on episode 1 and 2, she's been the one who really been, like, reaching out to every girl. She's been the one who reached out to Brixie. Saw it with her Tiffany and Diana. On the second episode, you saw it with her and Storm. And then you saw her with her and Shadora. So it sounds like Lynette is definitely one of the girls that, like, is kind of
a bit of a linchpin of the friend.
Yeah, she's definitely the glue. She's definitely that one, like, hey, like, I'm doing my thing. I'm making sure y'all good, but I got my things going on, too. I'm not gonna lie, the scene with her on the second episode, with her and Twan the dude, when she brought out her friend, yeah. I'm gonna write that in my playbook for the next time. Listen, that is the perfect apology.
The perfect subject change.
That's the perfect subject change.
I know
apology.
You're mad about this shit, but you know, let's move on.
Let's move on. And you know what's even better? I'm gonna bring a third in this shit, so you don't forget this, so you don't remember this shit. That is a fucking play move.
Everything with you though, regardless of what might have happened.
I was like, I love you. That right in there, I solidified being like, yes, you are my favorite.
Now that you bring this up, this is where I have to rewind part of what I've said. Despite the look of everything, the fact that this has taken upon itself to, like, show women in the light that they're not typically shown, the fact that they're actually down with a lot of the stuff that they try to blame us for, the fact that they peel away the hypocrisy between
that's the thing,
male and female relationships as far as dating and the things, our exploits and stuff. That's the only thing I can actually commend this for.
That's the thing I do like about it.
It's keeping it 100 across the board.
That's the thing. I think that's the one reason why I do like about this show, especially even though it's about side chicks. My concern about this was going to be, like, the very first episode, we was going to see drama. And of course, we have seen that. But you do see there are certain women in this group that do understand their role. They're okay with that role. At the same time, they're using this role as a benefit. Where I say is Lynette. Lynette, that the fact, you know, she seems, it sounds like she is self-sufficient. Jesus, self-sufficient, but she's, you know, still use guys as a bag. Shador is another example. Shador is trying to, you know, get an acting career together. So it sounds like, you know, she's been able to kind of, like, you know, use her platform or platform with side dudes to kind of get her senses of, you know, being an actress. Which, by the way, Shador, and then one scene on the second episode with her and her boy, I don't know if she is trying to do a reel that then and there when she did that scene with her after the movie theater when they went and argued. I don't know if that was like a reel that she wanted to do, but that shit was very planned. That shit felt like he was busting your acting chops. I felt that was a real clip right then and there. I'm like, you was like coming from the movie, and as soon as he was like, come over to my house. Oh, I gotta go over to Diana's place. We're going to the White House before she go out of town. Well, I'm okay with doing it. I'm just like, if y'all just came from the movies, don't y'all expect y'all probably want to spend some time afterwards? I'm just saying, unless y'all schedule is that busy, you should have told him prior.
Y'all would at least go out to have food afterwards, right?
Thank you. My thing is, like, you should have told him prior, saying, hey, babe, after the movies and stuff like that, I gotta go over to my girl Diana's because she's going out of town. Instead of saying it right after the movie theater, I honestly feel that was like a reel for her. She just want to show her dramatic chops.
Right.
I'm just like, girl, you can't do that. I mean, you can because you got a camera in front of you, but really can't do that. But it's okay. Go off, though.
A good portion of it felt like that to me, though. I'm so sorry.
Half of it was just like literally just go off. It's okay. So it's interesting. I'm excited to see how this goes. Episode, it comes on Monday nights. It's on YouTube. I thought it was on Prime Video, but I think for right now it's.
I don't have any proof, but.
I think for right now,
on my Facebook feed, I heard that it was picked up, but I don't know who picked it up. Possibly.
The thing is, though, is like when I went on the Instagram, when I went to their Instagram page, it said Prime Video and YouTube. So like, I don't know if it got like ended up getting like.
Well, maybe Prime picked it up. Possibly.
That's the thing. It said Prime did, so that's why I was just like, I don't know what's going on. But essentially, though, if that is the case, then you know. you'll be able to see it on both YouTube and as well as, Prime Video. But let me double check because I'm on that website actually right now. Oh, it is just on YouTube right now.
It's still just on YouTube?
No, it is just on YouTube. I know for sure it was low key. Yeah, it is just on YouTube. It was on Prime Video. It like literally, if you see like their like media stuff before December, it did say YouTube Prime Video.
Okay.
And then it looks like now, as you look at the newer stuff, yeah, because like even 7 days ago, it says YouTube and Prime Video. Okay, apparently they say link is in the bio. Let me check something real quick. Link is in the bio. It's just the YouTube one. Okay, I think maybe they're probably like restructuring some things because right now it is literally just the YouTube link they have on the Instagram page.
Mm-hmm.
So let me no. Okay, yeah. So
Wiki.
yeah, so it looks like right now it is just YouTube. I don't know when they're gonna put it back on Prime Video if they do. But yeah, definitely check it out. It is on YouTube. It is the Real Sidechicks, Real Sidechicks of Charlotte, and you can definitely check that out. So definitely check it out if you want. Just check out some ratchetness. Like I said, it doesn't look too bad. It's not like, oh my god, like it's unbearable. You got some good people on there that you get connected to.
The whole hip hop and love and hip hop formula to me. You have the basic like mainstream chicks that are like doing their dude, and they got the gay guy that seems to always be in the middle of some
Ralph
stuff.
definitely has some shit already.
It just seems so formulaic to me at this point.
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh baby.
If you're there for that thing, it's up your alley.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll definitely be covering more of the show, so definitely keep in tune with that. This is pretty much going to be probably a Bullshyt of the week staple until the season stops. Like I said, I mean, it is bullshit, but it's entertaining bullshit. So like Bullshyt of the week, we try to make it entertaining at the end of the day. With Bullshyt of the week, we try not to make it like too crazy, but at the same we don't make it like too like fucked up. So like I said, bullshit happens anywhere. It can happen with entertainment, it can happen in real life. So definitely that's a big thing we want to incorporate with
bullshit
that.
Bullshit is our everyday.
That is it every day. So that is it. Beats and bullshit. So that's the end of the podcast here this week. I do appreciate you guys checking us out. Basically at this point at this point here, if you guys had any other things you guys want to discuss with us, definitely check us out on social media, ask us questions, give us suggestions, give us articles. Again, that is Beats and Bull. That is beatsandbull@gmail.com for the email. Definitely send us questions. We want to hear questions from you guys. We definitely want to hear just things in general. If you want to know questions about us, ask us questions. If you have things you want to talk about, we're more than happy to discuss that as well. Definitely, if you had articles that you want us to talk about, definitely check us out as well. And again, that is beatsandbull@gmail.com for the email address. And then for Twitter, social media, which is Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, that is Beats and Bull. We definitely just want to talk to you guys, interact with you guys. Again, we do appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving with the podcast. We definitely do appreciate it. This is now episode 4. So we definitely do appreciate that and all the love and support. So definitely check us out. So at this point, I have no announcements. Again, just check us out for social media. I don't know at this point if Eric.
At this point, he has problems ending. So this is Calamity saying thanks for rocking with us.
I don't have any problems ending anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
How's that catnap though?
Pause, giggity, and everything. But Cliff Jumper Jr. Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Mm-hmm. So, by the way, if you guys do want to follow us on our personal accounts, you definitely can do that. Mine is Jamal Thomas 93. I'm definitely more than happy to talk to you guys personally. I'm pretty much on my social media. pretty so regularly, so definitely check me out with that. It's Jamal Thomas 93. And then Eric, if you want to check him out, is Cliff Jumper Jr. So definitely check us out on our personal, and definitely check out Beats and Bull. That is Beats and Bull for Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and that as well as our Gmail account is beatsandbull@gmail.com. Once again, this is Akeem along with my buddy Eric and our co-host here, Cole. Thank you again, Cole, for coming in and giving us your opinions. We do appreciate you.
Always fun.
It's always fun. We do appreciate you, man. Definitely. So
They just had me along for the drinks.
No, we do definitely appreciate it. So thank you guys for checking us out, and we'll check out you guys next time.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Good night.